Alright.
We're started.
Oh, we are started.
We are started.
Oh,
So
crap.
Boys Podcast.
So Boys
So
Podcast,
Boys
episode
Podcast.
2.
Episode 2.
Featuring girls now.
Yes.
The boys.
Hi.
Alright.
Hello.
Say your name.
I am Beatrice.
This is
hey.
This is hi and this
I'm
is hello.
Charlie.
Oh my gosh. It's off to a good start.
You messed it up.
Yep.
Do it again.
Cole's not here again.
Yeah,
but
Cole's
that's okay.
rest
Is
in
he gonna
peace,
be
my
away
baby
on
boy.
the
Our
screen?
fourth person
Yeah,
who hasn't
okay.
been here for the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, this first he's gonna be away again. He's gonna stay away through the whole thing.
Okay, so
Pretty
let's
much.
start with what Charlie said we should start with is meme of the week.
Meme of
Hey,
the
no, but we didn't say what our names are.
week.
Yeah, we don't need our names.
To my right,
meme of the week,
To
sponsor.
my right.
Oh, are you guys gonna
To
put
my-
our pictures up too?
Jonah
Yeah, I'll
James,
have to
Caleb,
put-
back
I'll
at
have
it
to figure out a way to
again.
get your prizes
Back
picture.
at it.
I'll make a new
Oh,
one.
I can
Come-
send you
hop
one.
on in.
Use the Oompa Loompa.
Hop on in, water's warm.
Perfect.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
water's warm. Come in, make some bubbles.
Yeah.
Flop
Water's
around.
warm,
Drink some
water's
bath
warm.
water.
Drink some bath water.
Mm.
Drink some bath water.
Only Bella Delphine.
Maybe get herpes.
Yeah, bottle some
Maybe.
bath water. We
Sell
should
it to
all.
some
It's part of the
gamers.
adventure.
Let's all put our bath water online. No one's
I-
We should.
No
yeah.
one will buy it. I'll buy
my
it.
God.
Say we have it. Up
I'll
there.
buy my own.
I don't want my.
Dude, I haven't had a
What was the
bath
name of the
in,
girl
like,
that sold
so
it?
Bella
long
Delphine.
because I can't fit in any tubs.
I haven't taken a bath in a while.
So
either.
bad.
You
I
take
haven't
Baths
taken a
are
bath
gross.
ever.
Yeah, but Cole and Joel take
Like,
baths.
okay,
in a while.
it's fine if you
Once
want
in
like
a
a
while.
bubble bath. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
exactly,
Only
that's
for
what I
like
said.
street
If you're
is
doing it
dog
every
spotting.
night,
Dogs
it's, like,
moving
kinda
out.
dirty.
Dogs.
That's true.
All right,
What?
meme of the week.
Meme of the week.
Meme of the week.
Who
Oh,
goes
wait,
first?
shoot.
Who's going first?
Well, I mean, I can't because I forgot my
Everyone's.
phone. Again.
Oh, James.
Oh.
James, you gotta teleport.
James.
I'll go first
James.
because I have a ridiculous Smash Bros.
Yeah,
meme.
go.
I got my phone.
Here it is. It's just this meme of one of the ice climbers getting burnt to hell while the other one hasn't noticed yet. And
Let me see, let me
I just
see.
love how it looks because
That's
he's just
good.
looking at the camera.
That's great.
Like he doesn't. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't really
Oh my
care that
gosh.
his friend is just
That's good.
passing away.
Living
So this is
happily.
my meme. Is the boy in the striped sweater?
Aw.
Oh,
That movie
no.
made me cry so much.
I have two.
Everything in a very striped
have
sweater
Saving Private
is
Rocky.
all the time.
Aw.
No.
Very, very emotional.
Rest in peace.
Saving Private Rocky.
And then I have.
So that one's
This
really
one?
good.
Asking me the questions. What the fuck is oatmeal?
It's true.
What
Oh,
is
I
it?
thought it said, where the fuck is oatmeal? Like this
This
dog
poor
just walked
dog.
in, like kicked
Hey,
oatmeal.
where's the oatmeal?
Where's
Where the
oatmeal?
fuck is the oatmeal?
Where's
Like,
oatmeal?
Just kicks the door open.
Brown
Poor
sugar
dog.
oatmeal is the best.
Nick.
No, apple cinnamon.
Well,
Don't
cinnamon,
say
yeah.
Yeah.
No way.
That's the one.
I haven't had oatmeal in a long time.
Actually, no. You take
If
2
you wanna fuck
packets,
shit up,
brown
yeah,
sugar,
mix
and
them
it,
up.
and
Mix them
it.
up. Yeah, I can get.
I'm gonna have
That's
oatmeal
good
in the
stuff.
bath and then
Okay, here's my meme.
Just
That's
pour
what you do.
oatmeal in
Yeah,
the
that's what you do.
bathtub and just,
That's what you
like,
do when you got chicken
scoop
pox.
in with your hand.
oatmeal bath.
Oatmeal bath. You got chicken pox.
What's your
Mine
meme?
says, "How old were you when you found out that the drawer on the stove, the bottom of the stove, is keeping food warm, not for pots and pans?"
Oh.
It's
No,
so
what?
gross.
No,
It's
really?
so
Who uses that
disgusting.
for that? Nobody
Nobody
does that.
does.
Nobody does that.
Oh,
woman named
ew.
Karen in
It's
like
not even that
Connecticut.
funny.
It's like,
I don't
I'm
think
gonna
even,
go grab the peas, and then opens the
I mean,
bottom
I
of
know
the oven.
Karen. I don't think even Karen from
Not
Connecticut
even
would
Karen
do
from
that.
Connecticut?
Yeah.
God damn.
But it's gross because like there's dust in there.
Yeah,
I don't think it's.
yeah.
It's just
not
in.
for
There could be.
that.
Oh, what's just in? Sorry, Jonah just got a little.
It's just in.
announcement.
It's just in. Sponsor.
Oh, a sponsor!
Not true.
Guys, we're moving up in the world.
Audible.
Well, let's see how many views did our last one
Because
get.
everyone gets
How many
3 or
views?
4, probably.
Maybe 3. Just pistol.
It's pistol.
I sent out the link to a couple people.
pistol.
Just
I didn't.
unashamedly.
Ooh, it's spicy in here now, guys.
I would. We
Can't
haven't.
have the
I know
fan
that's the
on.
thing. That's why I have the fan.
Harmonica.
Well, let's see how loud it is
It's
with
okay.
the fan. Will you
I mean,
able
it'll
to
be
listen?
pretty bad.
48 views.
48. That'll take that.
If I turn the fan on.
Does that mean we have to restart the whole
No,
thing?
just put the
No.
headphones on. See how it
No,
sounds.
because
I
I
like
can
that
only I can
picture.
only hear it.
We'll see how she sounds, huh?
How's she sound? How's she sounding?
Has he
Because
seen
honestly,
it?
it probably won't be that.
No,
Seen
this is
what?
the first time I've met him.
Hello.
Meme of the week. Me at 13.
Oh my gosh.
It's fine. It might be a little bit annoying, but it's just like when the air fryer was on.
That's true.
Yeah.
But then we didn't post
That
it.
whole
I
thing
know,
was made
because
out
the
of
air
duct
fryer was
tape.
on, but it's fine.
Like that
Okay.
and the stripes on
Here,
me.
here, 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 here.
All just duct
When you
tape.
went
As
trick
long
or
as you're able to
treating, were
survive
people like, "What are you?"
I'll
No,
just
people
duct
knew what
tape.
I was and they
Really?
like, freaked out about it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
People really like that costume.
All right, so who's going first?
For what? We've already done half the movie of the week.
Meme of the, wait, did anybody not
We
share
did
a
meme of the
meme
week.
yet?
Oh,
What's
I
your
haven't
meme,
yet.
James. Jameson?
yeah.
I got one sent to me at midnight by one of my coworkers.
At midnight.
Either that or there's the Phineas and Ferb one, which is going around right now. That's really good.
Threat level
What
meme.
one?
No, it's when
Whatever
you
one
range
is
the
funny.
pitch of Green Day songs. It sounds like Phineas is singing them.
Oh god.
Have you heard this?
No.
I don't think
Okay.
I have.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
It's gonna be a
I
long
love
opening.
Phineas.
I don't know. Ferb's pretty sexy.
That's true.
Nice.
He's British and mysterious.
I mean,
Where's
it's
Perry?
real. It does the longest intro.
Green Day.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
It's insane.
That makes you so
No way. That's
Yo,
just
Just imagine Phineas with like punk rock,
Yeah.
like ripped jeans. He's got an electric guitar.
He's got like one piercing on his nose.
The hair in the face.
Phineas and the Ferbs.
It's just
That's awesome.
Wow, that's a good name.
Phineas and the Ferbs.
Phineas and the Ferbs
Yeah.
is a good one.
Yeah, that's what Finnejoys and
Or they could
I
Furbots.
feel like
Like
half
Bryce
of the things we
Perry.
do on this show is just coming up with band names.
Yeah, or talking about like old cartoons and video games and
That's
stuff.
true.
old cartoons.
Cartoons.
Yeah. Okay, I have
Alright.
a topic that has nothing to do with any
Go.
of that. And
Now
okay,
to go into a different topic.
this is
with
so
nothing.
since there's 5 of us, this is a perfect. I'll be the host, and you two.
I'm the host.
Everybody's
It's
the
like
host.
of the segment. Yeah.
I'm the host.
It's like we all of us have to fight over it right now.
I
No,
like
so
it.
I'll host a game show,
Okay.
and
Okay.
you two and you guys have
Okay.
to
Do we
make
have a
team.
buzzing sound?
I think the
Team.
team.
Yes.
Bop. Let's
Bit.
make a noise.
Let's split up the team. So it's James and Charlie and Beatrice and Jonah.
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
do this.
Now,
Do you feel like
Team
a
go
handshake?
team.
Yes.
That's our team.
No idea.
Team go team.
So-
Team go team.
James, no looking at the monitor
right,
here
yeah,
'cause I
yeah.
have
We're
questions.
Team Gryffindor.
Questions.
Okay.
Yeah, guys.
So,
What's our team name?
Wait, what's our team name?
Team go team.
Team. Oh.
Gryffindor
It's the
and
office
Team
reference.
Go
Team.
Team.
Team
It's
go
the
team.
office reference.
Team Go Team versus Gryffindor. Okay, how much do we all know our animal questions?
I know my animal animal
I-
lore. My animal
Animals.
lore is at a 10.
You know animal lore?
Did
Yeah.
you know that
I don't
there's
know
a
what's
duck
going on.
That's
Got a
penis is larger than
penis.
its body?
Yes,
My lord.
it's me.
Oh,
My
Did you know
What?
Tail.
that
I
Ew.
call myself Duck.
Did you know a male sloth has
All right, let's do the
Okay,
let's
how
do
was
the
it
bit
the
now.
question?
Okay, it starts pretty easy. The way I'm gonna do it is like I'll just start with one team and then go to the other, so that you don't
Sounds
have to
good.
buzz in or
Okay.
any strategy. It's just
I'm
Oh,
still
it's
gonna
just
buzz
be
in,
us
but it's
punching
okay.
the table.
Buzz?
yeah, no buzzing. No.
Mine.
Okay, so starting with Team Gryffindor.
Okay.
What food makes up nearly all, around 99%, of a giant panda's diet?
Puz.
Pez. Pez.
Pez!
I know
Just
bamboo.
Bamboo.
But it's only... Okay, so Jonah, you're not supposed
said
to
it.
say it
She
when
said
it's
it.
the other team.
It's
But it's my
definitely
turn.
bamboo though.
But yes,
like, I wasn't
bamboo.
gonna say bamboo.
So you'll go until you get one wrong, okay?
Okay.
team?
Okay.
Okay.
What?
We're just gonna keep going.
And
Beatrice,
then you
you
guys
better
are
get
know.
this
going.
You
right.
better get this
You
one
better
right.
get
No,
it
so
right.
it's not you guys yet still.
Oh.
Well, it should be.
Fine, it's
Alternate.
your guys'
Fine,
turn.
it's your
No,
guys'.
if they don't
Alright.
get it, then it goes to us. That's what the. That's
Yeah,
how it should
exactly,
Oh, we
Jonah.
got
That's how
it.
it was gonna be.
Be. No, but you're saying that
They got
if-
it.
So if they get every question right, we don't get asked a question. That
Yes.
doesn't
They
make
won't
sense.
get every question
This is
right.
the-
I know,
We'll be
but
the
they might
winners.
get every
He
question
has
right.
like
They won't
he's
get every
There's
question.
a very much a
lot of
possibility.
I prepared this, Jonah.
We're gonna mess
but
up
now
the
you're
next
just
Fine,
Okay.
whatever. It's your
embarrassed.
bit, I guess.
We're gonna
Three, two,
ask.
one, go.
True or false?
Editing.
Mice live
Well, I'm just the host.
for
so.
up to 10 years. True or false?
That's false. Wrong.
You guys
I'm gonna say
try and-
I'm gonna say
true.
false.
Well,
What?
Because
You can't do
in
that though, because
Harry
rock,
Potter,
paper, scissors over
you just
it
have
or
to
something.
agree.
the rat lived for a really long time.
But that's not
This is
right.
the
That's a
mice.
Magical.
mouse.
Oh, it's
Also-
mice.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the one override our teams are allowed. Boop boop. It's false.
Okay,
Boop, boop.
false. Captive mice live for up to 2.5 years, while wild mice only live for an average of 4 months.
Oh
Really?
my god.
Yeah, mice are
Or
like,
only 2 hours of Caleb.
Live
Next
it up.
time I see a mouse, I'm gonna take it for a whole day. So,
Really?
Yeah.
If I ever saw a mouse,
I
I'd
like
probably just
take
stomp
him
on it by
to
accident.
the
What was the
amusement park,
question?
Whatever. He has
I'm
to
so
live a
scared
It was
of mice.
It was
4 months?
true or
That's
false.
sad.
They live up to 10 years, but they do not. Not
Only
even
2
close.
years? Like
Yeah.
hamster.
2 at
I
the
used to
most.
have so many pet hamsters growing up.
I
Two
love
to
hamsters.
like up to 10 years. That's like
I had a pet bird.
Do you
dogs
remember,
only live
Charlie?
to be like 20.
Exactly.
Like
Oh,
a mouse,
no.
there's no way.
Yeah, no.
I also
Alright.
had a
Hit him
kitten,
with an
and
hour.
then my
Okay.
sister broke its leg, and then it died.
So what is the name of the phobia that involves an abnormal fear of spiders?
Bang!
Arachnophobia.
Yes.
Sorry.
I thought we were
Caleb.
buzzing.
Me-
I'm sorry. I didn't think we were buzzing. I'm so sorry.
If
No,
I
we're
see
not
a
buzzing, that's
spider,
the
I
whole
cry.
What's the largest type of big cat in the world?
Lion.
No, we can't
It's
answer.
a liger, is
Final
it not?
answer, lion.
No.
Liger, is it not?
What the heck's
Liger's a lion and a tiger put together, and they're like so big, but their bodies aren't made to be that way.
Viable.
A
So
sloth.
if
It's
they
an
start
animal.
if they start running,
Final answer.
their heart
Final
just
answer.
explodes.
Just wait.
Have you not heard of
God,
ligers?
guys.
I love
They're
walking
really
into
cute.
final answer
They're
too
huge.
quickly, like
Yeah.
when they do.
Buzz. Luna.
Boom.
Oh my
Lunas.
gosh.
Well, it's a lot. They said
No,
lion.
no, no,
earlier.
no.
Where
Is
is
Caleb's
Liger and
cat.
Lion? Liger and Lion.
What's a liger?
We're going
Well,
Liger.
he's right. There is.
A lying
We're
We're
liger.
going with
A
liger,
lion.
and the answer is
It's
just tiger.
Yeah,
Nice.
I whispered it to
You guys
I
lied.
whispered
Nice
it to
try. You
him.
guys got 3 correct.
Okay.
So you're at 3.
All right, team, go team.
Let's see how far Team Go Team can take
Probably not
this
that
one.
fast.
Team, no team. I tried.
Team. Yeah, team.
Nice.
Okay. This might be hard, but I think. Okay.
This
True
is
or
stupid.
false?
I swear, if we don't get this one right, and then you gave them what's the fear of spiders, I'm gonna kill myself.
That's the thing.
Literally gonna kill myself.
So we're gonna start with this. True or false? Crocodiles have no sweat glands, so they use their mouths to release heat.
Don't
Oh, I know the
dogs do
answer.
I
that?
know this one too.
True, exactly. That one
Okay,
it seems
true.
hard, but you can
Yeah.
kind of just use common sense because they're always like.
Well, that's isn't that
I
the
read a
same?
book
Isn't that the
about
same
it.
with
It's
dogs?
called
And that's why they go.
That's what I just
Yes.
said.
Yeah, a
There's
lot of
not
animals.
many
are like
animals that sweat.
That. Yeah, exactly.
We sweat.
That'd be
That's
weird.
pretty
Hey,
nice.
imagine
But
if
not
your
out of
cat
our
was like.
tongue.
Yeah, you pick up your cat. It's like,
He's
"Ugh."
moist. Yeah. Oh,
Sorry,
man, that would
Charlie's
be
mad at me
gross.
because we're
No, I'm not mad. We're just on
enemies.
opposite teams.
We're
So I
enemies.
can't hold your hand.
What enemies? All right.
steam
We're
anemones.
enemies.
Do I
Okay.
need to like
Number
sit
6.
between you
Are
guys?
butterflies insects?
Oh my gosh.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Insects? What defines an insect? Doesn't it have? Isn't an insect if it has
Like
like 6
multiple
legs or
legs.
whatever? 4, 8 legs?
I should know this. I went to
Spiders,
the
how many
butterfly
legs do
museum.
spiders have?
I went to the botanical garden.
Spiders have.
So Beatrice
not
went
allowed
to
to
the
do this.
botanical
All
garden.
right,
I don't
I'm
know-
going
I
Beatrice
don't
on
know.
this. If she lies, I'll
No,
never
isn't it
speak to
like-
her
Beatrice
again.
is right. It's yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is
Okay.
for all the marbles beaches.
Okay.
This is for your friendship with Joe.
So now to tie.
Yeah.
Question 7.
Let's go.
Lucky number.
Question 7's too hard. You won't get it.
All right.
What is it? Just read out
I
for
think
fun.
you should
No,
give
because
us-
Forgot
no,
it.
because
No, no, no,
James
no.
likes-
We'll do like who
James
gets
like-
it right.
What is it?
Like I'm trying to match it to the ones that you
I
guys
wanna
did, and
know.
it's too hard
Did you
compared
make
to
these
Damn it.
questions?
Okay.
that. No.
No.
True or false? Bats are mammals.
I know the
Yes.
answer to this
What's a
one.
True.
mammal again?
Because they don't have
A
egg
warm-blooded
they don't have egg
animal.
children.
True. Jonah got it. Okay, so it's tied for 3. You
Yeah.
said, what's a mammal? B.
Mammal
I
is,
said,
is
what
they
is
have
it again? I know what it is.
they have
What
like
is
don't
it?
mammals
Just to make sure.
Dolphins.
mammals
it
have
is?
mammals have hair and they have kids that aren't in eggs.
Yep.
Is that
Okay.
the definition,
no,
basically?
Some,
opposite of mammal?
some mammals are the marsupials, and they have eggs that are in pouches, which is weird.
Koalas
Like,
are
such
Yeah,
as-
Sometimes-
koalas
sometimes,
and
like-
kangaroos
kangaroo.
and, like freaking,
Yeah.
they have like an external
you guys-
womb, which is weird.
How hard is it to get a koala?
Technically, wouldn't
Pretty
a
hard.
woman,
Well, no,
I don't
you
know.
can no.
I have-
You, if you go to Australia, they're pretty easy.
wouldn't like
They're pretty
women
vicious,
be
though, apparently.
like that then?
Yeah, I think
because
you're
we
right.
have
Rip
a
your face
pouch
off.
called our belly that the baby lives
See, but
in.
I said external womb, and the whole thing
External
about that,
womb,
and
which
it's
means
still
that it
inside
can
of
go
you.
inside of it.
Unless you have a pouch on the front of you.
You know, like a
that we
can,
can
you know, like a
talk about.
kangaroo.
Pretty sure I don't.
All right. Anyways,
Just checking.
what's the
Right
next
here.
one?
My pouch.
Right here.
Okay,
yeah.
so if you guys get this, then Team Go Team takes it.
Team go team.
Here we are.
Caleb looking away
Here
for
we
end the
are.
segment.
All right. What's the only continent in the world where giraffes live in the wild?
Oh, come on.
Africa? Is
Africa.
What is Africa?
Africa's the continent, and it's Africa.
He knows I'm bad at maps.
He knows I'm bad at maps. It's Africa.
Oh my god.
What is that?
I'm serious here.
It must be Africa, correct?
Well, if we weren't versing, I would jump in and
Where
start
do they do
explaining, but I
safaris
can't.
then?
I'm just gonna laugh.
Is
Where
Caleb
are
trying to
safaris?
Google the answer really quick?
No.
In the place where they have safari.
I just hold
In
on.
the
If I,
safari
if I win
continent.
this, Charlie's
That's
never
the
gonna speak to me again. We're supposed to go to a
It's gonna
movie.
be really awkward because I'm
Yeah.
staying at your house.
It's Africa.
Yeah, we win!
Africa
Go
is a
team!
continent.
Go team, go!
Go! Wait, that's
What
not-
else would that Africa-shaped continent be called?
And that was
Africa.
questions from Caleb.
Africa.
Questions from Caleb.
Thank you, question from Caleb.
Okay.
Good.
Ah,
All right, who else has
who's
got
next?
a segment? Who's got one?
James, go.
Oh, I didn't think of one.
I'm the host.
See, I'm reversed though, because I've never not had a segment, and now I have to think of one on the spot. So give me like 2 minutes.
Okay.
Well-
Charlie.
No. I'm still thinking.
Okay.
Okay, I will
Beatrice.
do mine then.
Okay.
Okay, I got one.
So
I
mine
can do one.
is,
Okay, never
it
mind.
starts with a story. I'll ask you guys a question, okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you if you guys have any embarrassing stories or like any crazy things that happen while on vacation with your family, on a road
my
trip, or
God.
anything like that. So you guys have to think about that while I say my story, okay?
How
So
do I
recently I went on a trip to Invermere, BC, wherever that is.
It's such a stupid
Panorama
name.
Resort.
I've been there too.
That guy I was playing Pokemon Go with there lives in Mission, I guess. Too. Because he took the gym by my house and I was freaking out because he was following me.
It's so
Anyways,
weird.
so
You got
we
it
went
on
to this
plane.
freaking,
Yeah.
it's a ski resort also, and we went there in the summer. So there
Okay.
wasn't megatons to do, but it was pretty fun. And so every night, one family had to make dinner. So our family made burgers because that's the easiest one. So we just
True.
I like barbecue burgers and stuff, and we're eating. The whole family's there. It's pretty fun. And then, so my my grandpa looks outside and he looks at the barbecue and he's like, the barbecue's on fire, and it's like you think barbecue's on fire. It's like it's closed, whatever. But we look over. And it didn't look that bad until my mom opened the lid, and it was like flame, like crazy. The side of the house was black, like it's a wood.
God.
We're all like in cabins, and so I was just like staring at it. My mom jumped up and my brother, and they pulled it away, and then like that was crazy. And then my cousin like looked at it for like 20 minutes, just stared.
But you left it
At it.
burning?
Well, we had to. How else are you gonna get rid of the fire?
A fire extinguisher.
I'm not gonna destroy the barbecue
Blow on it.
with the fire extinguisher. It went out.
Water.
Water
And
would
then
make it
so
short.
and then so there's all this black on the wall, and it was like, ooh, how do we? So everyone's googling how to get soot off
Oh, 'cause it
the
was
wall
at the
of
resort,
wood.
right?
'Cause it was at the resort. We're
Jeez.
renting it.
Wow.
Oh, no.
So we went to
That's
Home
bad.
Hardware and got some cleaner, and it came right off.
Damn.
That's how we almost killed everyone ever at that thing.
Somebody had a barbecue. I live in an apartment complex here.
Yeah.
Somebody had a barbecue
Charlie destroyed
explosion,
your phone.
and like their whole front porch was just like gone.
Oh my god.
Like, so you know how like my
Yeah.
barbecue was out there? Imagine if all of that just exploded and there's just nothing left. We look at the front and it's just another window.
There was a huge
No
fire in
death.
Mission.
Oh yeah.
Terrible.
Oh no.
Right by my house.
Oh.
And it was like kind of sad to drive by.
Sheesh.
I almost had a barbecue explosion at my house.
The
so I almost
world is
died when I was
burning.
From a barbecue
14?
explosion.
Yeah.
Oof.
My mom always makes my dad turn the barbecue on because she's too scared to.
Yeah.
And then when she's cooking, she like jumps back.
Aw.
Oh.
Aw.
Well, just to reference, my mom's not stupid and like left it on. She usually like keeps it on to burn all of the gross stuff off of it, so you can like scrape it off
Mhm.
to like make it charred, but it just caught on fire
Yeah.
Nice.
instead.
It happened.
All right.
All
Ripperino.
right. Anyone else?
Anyone
have a
else have a
story?
story?
At least nobody died.
I'm thinking.
I
I
have
have one, I think too.
I also
Okay.
have one. So
Okay.
go ahead.
I was
Caleb.
hoping.
Okay.
I was hoping.
When you back in the day, a long time ago, we were like driving.
What year? How old?
Back in the day.
I was young,
When?
so I was only like 9 or 10.
Okay.
But because this is not so embarrassing to me, but it is to my mom. So because my parents were youth pastors, so we're in a van with a bunch of like teenagers, but I'm
Yeah.
just a little kid, and we're going skiing. But we're like driving up, and my mom like really had to go to the bathroom so bad, like she had to pee so bad, so she just truly couldn't help it because it was taking us forever to get up the hill because we're in this massive van, and it's just like we're sliding around and crap. So she had to get out and went like, but everything's a hill and everything's covered in snow, just so icy. So should I turn this up?
No, just get closer to it, or
That's
a
the
little bit
headphone
closer.
volume. That won't do anything.
All right,
The gain's on the back.
Gain. Don't turn up all the way though. Talking to it?
just like this.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, there you go. So
There
we're
it
going
is.
up, and then she climbs like up on a hill and goes behind like a tree,
Oh no.
and then we're all just kind of waiting in the car, I think. And she's just behind this tree, but it's on such an angle, just a crazy angle and snowy. And she's up there like squatting and peeing, And then all of a sudden, I just see like my mom tumbling down,
No.
like pants around ankles, just like and like covered in snow. Imagine if you had your pants around your ankles too, and you're falling down into there's ice in every crevice. It'd be horrible. And
So cold.
I was laughing so hard.
That's really embarrassing.
But I guess nobody else noticed. It was just me because I wasn't gonna point out and be like, "Look at my naked mom." So I just laughed to myself, and nobody else noticed. So yeah, that seems like it's so sad. But she was fine. She's a trooper. So my mom survived that fall. Did anybody else have one? James, you have
I
one.
have
right?
like a mixture of two. They both happen on the same bus ride. So we
ride of horror.
the
Yeah.
bus ride of horror. All right, so this was literally only 2 years ago. 2 years ago, we were driving up. My school does a missions trip up to this like little camp called Esperanza on the island. We do. It's like a 10-hour travel to get up there. Hey, Luna. 10-hour travel to get up there, and then we have to hang out on this bus all the way up there, and then like another bus on the logging road for 3 hours, and then little fishing boats for another
Wow.
hour.
That'd be cool.
It is pretty fun. It was a good time. But then we're coming back, and all of us are super tired.
Yeah.
It's like the bus is like a party on the way there, and on the way back, we're all just trying to sleep. And
Yeah.
we're all getting mad at whoever's talking.
Mm-hmm.
Just shutting down
The
everyone.
music tours are like that.
Oh my gosh.
What's so funny, Jonah?
The bus.
Remember the burgers that we got?
Okay, we can tell that after.
Wait,
After
I
this
have
is
a
good.
story
Let
from
James
that
finish.
bus
James.
tour,
So good,
though.
James.
Yeah,
Keep
that
going.
was
Sorry.
good.
I'm sorry,
Alright.
James.
So, the first thing that happened was I was just like half asleep, minding my own business, and like I think Jaden was sitting behind me or something, and then
Ew.
a good friend of the show, Papa E, in the back row,
Papa E.
said, "Hey, Jaden, here's your water bottle," and he threw it like down the bus.
Elliot.
Bad.
That's Elliot, Papa
See,
E.
but here's the thing.
Elliot.
Yeah, so Elliot was sitting like
What a guy.
way in the back, and then I was sitting like in the middle, and Jaden was sitting at the
Was
front.
it a full water bottle?
It was a full
like a
water
plastic?
bottle, like a full
Like
plastic,
plastic,
one of those
like-
like squirt ones that is the.
Oh, so
the
it's like
ones for a
hard
sport check.
plastic. It's not
Yeah.
like reused
So
or like
it was
recyclable.
beautiful. It was like a football throw. Like it went perfectly. The problem was he threw it as soon as the bus turned a corner. So when he went, literally the bus turned around the water bottle. And
Oh,
then
was it weird to look at? Like
It was weird.
Like when you're in
Like,
space.
Yeah, like Matrix.
Literally,
I
it
was
was
thinking
like,
the Matrix.
it was
yeah.
like a Matrix water bottle.
Yeah.
And
That's
then I
so
just
funny.
looked up in the air and I saw it like changing trajectory. I followed it and it hit me directly in the
Oh.
forehead.
Ooh.
That's a good. That's funny
terrible.
though.
It was
at
good.
least.
It was
Like,
good.
ugh.
Yeah,
it
at
was
least
like,
at least it only hit you and not
Yeah.
like some
Yeah, like
girl in the back.
Yeah, the
like,
way I expected that is like it hit the teacher in the side
yeah,
of the
it
head.
did. No, it hit me directly.
knocked
between
him
the eyes.
out.
Yeah. Luna really wants that.
Do you guys have?
Oh, I
Yeah,
had one, but
so
I
the
forgot,
bus
so.
tour.
Charlie had one, but she forgot.
Oh no.
Well then, yeah, that's okay. You
bus
can think
tour?
while Beatrice talks about yeah.
Okay, when was this? 2017?
17.
We did the
Charlie.
Alberta bus tour. It was like a 12-hour bus ride there and 12 hours back, right?
Yeah.
Nightmare. And everyone got sick.
Nightmare.
It was a nightmare.
Yeah, it was
Everyone
terrible.
got sick.
We
It
didn't
was
even get to
terrible.
perform.
We didn't get to perform. All we do is literally go to the West Edmonton Mall and
We had a really
And that
good
was it.
workshop. Remember we had a
We
workshop.
only went to
with
the
What was the
mall.
workshop?
Only went to the mall.
It was band. We're-
oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
the
we
jazz-
met that
I was in
guy.
jazz
Yeah, that
band.
guy.
Sang that song
Yeah.
and that was it.
that guy was a
basically.
genius. Though,
But
so that was
Miss
cool.
Grant wasn't even there half the time. She was
No.
sick.
Yeah, she was sick.
She was
Anyways,
preggers.
she's
She was
probably pregnant, yeah.
preggers.
Anyways, everyone was throwing up, right? Because they were
Yeah,
sick.
it was like a
and
bad.
Miss
like,
Grant
everybody
was like,
puking.
So Miss
if
Grant didn't
you're
get everyone
sick, go to the back of the bus. There's an area at the back of the bus, so you're not sick. And I'm like, but Miss Grant,
Just
you're
the
gonna
quarantine.
Be, you're gonna be more sick.
Man,
if
it's
you
like
go
the
to
40s
back.
all over again.
Because it's all like shaky back there, and she didn't like allow anyone who was sick sit at the front.
Yeah.
And then what was it? The music museum.
Mm-hmm.
You guys remember that? I
Yeah.
thought that was fun.
That was
was cool.
cool. That was cool.
That
Did you
was
like when you saw the organs? That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The giant
Yeah.
one.
That
Well,
one shot.
do you guys remember Colin?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was really sick, and I have
Oh,
no idea
Johnny.
what he ate. I have no
I
idea what
saw
he ate,
that.
but
I
I
saw
could
it too.
never unsee it.
So gross.
I'm sitting, and Rachel's like, "Don't look out the window.
Oh,
Don't look out the window."
no.
I'm like, "What do you mean?" And I
Rachel.
look, I see Colin projectile
It's like
vomit, hot pink.
Oh.
And it was like literally like.
What did he eat?
I was
Like
no
a
idea.
rainbow?
It was like this. It was
Oh.
like Pepto Bismol.
Yeah, it's exactly what you'd expect
It was
to come
like
out of
white,
Colin.
hot pink.
You just look and it's
So
a
bad.
Pepto
Yeah.
Bismol
He
rainbow.
came back
Do you
on
remember
the
when we
bus.
were?
I was
Yeah.
like, "You good?" He's like, "Mm-hmm."
Yeah, it was really sad.
Oh.
Because usually you'd look down or
No,
find.
did he look up though?
But I swear he was just
But
like he was going for distance. Like it looked like he was trying. Yeah, he was like.
On the bus
He's
was
like,
like, oh.
I know. It's horrible.
Yeah, everyone was like,
We were on our way out of the museum.
Yeah,
right?
that too.
So
yeah.
Wait,
gross.
Carter was out there too. Amanda.
Wait, so you guys were
Carter?
like pulling out of the parking lot of museum?
Like,
What did you guys hit?
no. We were.
Nothing.
Like some pedestrian like is just walking their dog, and then this bus drives next to them.
No.
The kid
Okay.
gets out with projectile.
no, he was outside. He was outside of the
Oh,
bus.
I thought you meant you guys were like driving.
No, he
and
was-
just stuck
no.
his head out the window.
No, that would have been funnier. Truly.
So
Just
gross.
straight out of the car. as
It's
you
like
go.
half of us were on the bus and getting on, and he
Yeah.
was waiting to get on.
Oh, I
But he
see.
wasn't feeling good, so I think he was
But
just
then
out
usually
there.
you would like find somewhere to puke, but Colin just kind of.
We didn't even play any music.
At least he
3
looked in a
steps off
direction.
the bus.
Yeah, like.
so
So funny. Yeah, exactly. He had a really small window of time to get
Yeah.
that puke out.
He did a
So
good
good for
job,
him.
man.
But
Yeah.
Carter came back on the bus and there was like puke on him.
Oh.
yeah. Because he tried.
And we could only wear like
Ugh.
one sweater for the whole week.
Oh
We
yeah.
weren't
That
allowed to
sucks,
take
too.
it off at
And
all.
it smelled terrible
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because we
covered in
couldn't
puke.
wash them,
And
and
I
it was
like
like 4
tied it
days.
around my neck.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to
Yeah.
put it on or else I
At some
can't
point,
see
I
it.
just was holding it.
But one
I don't have
time,
to wear it all
I
the
guess
time.
I'll tell that burger story because that was fun.
Yeah, that's
wait.
the
Go
same
for it.
trip.
Because it's,
right?
Well, 'cause-
it's the most we felt like bad people,
Yeah,
but it wasn't our
so
fault.
funny
but
because Miss
still.
Grant
Well,
understood.
she was basically starving us.
I can pipe
Yeah.
in.
She was.
Crickets on the bus.
Exactly, so it wasn't our fault,
I can
but it
pipe
felt
in.
like it. Yeah, exactly. I'll tell like half of it because
Yeah.
everyone on the bus was hungry as hell because we had to wait for like so long just to get food. I don't know how long. It was like a
It
long
was
time.
It was
least,
like
like,
a.
2
It was
or
probably
3
like
hours.
no,
Yeah,
it
that
wasn't.
it
It
was
was
longer
longer
than
than
that.
that because we were
5? Like,
no because
more
the
than
drive was like
halfway?
14 hours.
Yeah,
so
it
it
was
was
more than
probably
half-
like
hey.
6 hours or something.
Yeah, it was like 6 hours.
So it was like past dinner time already or
It was just
lunchtime
annoying.
or I don't
And-
know when it was.
Yeah.
But we stopped at like a
A rest
place
stop.
that she said we'd be there for a half an hour, which is a pretty long time. That's
Yeah.
long enough to
No,
get.
she didn't. She said we didn't have half an hour. She said we had.
Not that
to go
place.
pee.
That place we had a half an hour because it was a whole
It was just
store
a
and
gas
stuff.
station with
It
like
was
a
just a
burger
gas
There was the
place.
restaurant, yeah.
Restaurant, yeah.
No
So
one
that's
else was
why-
there.
But then when Jonah and I were so hungry that we were like, well, there's a restaurant connected to this. If we don't waste any time, half an hour is a perfect amount of time that they could easily just make us a burger and fries. So we order a burger and fries and it costs like too
So
much,
much.
like way more
I
than
think it
should've.
was like
$30.
$15
Yeah.
for a mediocre burger,
Burger.
dry
But whatever. But it took like
bacon.
50 minutes to make.
Yeah,
It was so long.
and he was like 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes. 10
10
minutes.
minutes.
So
10 minutes.
everyone's waiting for us on the bus to leave.
Yeah, Miss Grant had to stay on that.
But we
I
didn't
don't
want to
remember what I
leave.
was
We
doing.
spent $15 on this burger and fries, so we didn't want to just leave it there. So
Miss
we're like,
Grant
is everyone
understood.
okay with this? And everyone's like, yeah, I guess. But then
Uh.
we just we eat our burgers on the bus, and the burger smell and fry smell just
And
fills the bus.
Everyone's so
hungry.
starving.
So everyone on the bus
We're
is
eating.
starving, and we're just like,
I was like eating
I didn't get a
candy for
drink.
2 days straight.
It was so dry.
so funny.
We didn't have water or anything.
So
we
we're
didn't
just
have
there
anything.
eating our burgers,
Well,
and everyone's
sounds
starving
like
in the bus.
torture.
And
Jonah
we
and
didn't
I
know that
sat
it was gonna
together
go
on the
down like
bus,
that.
and
Mhm.
Miss Grant was walking around with what was it, crickets?
Crickets,
or,
yeah.
Like cheddar-covered crickets or
Yeah.
something.
And
he's
no
like,
one tried it
"You
really.
want it?"
I
Jonah
tried it.
Tried it.
It was
yeah.
fine. It tasted like crunchy.
It tasted like
Miss
crunchy.
Grant
just
sounds like
tasted
she
bad.
lost her mind.
Miss
She
Grant's
did.
awesome.
Days
though.
ago.
She,
Yeah, it was a tough
Miss
day. but-
Grant.
Well, tried taking like grade 12 year with Miss Williams. That was
Oh, she sucked.
Yeah,
Remember when we almost snuck out? We were so close.
yeah, but it was like.
I
the
tried to
middle
pull a
of the
prank
night.
on
It was
her.
the middle of the night. It was like 4 in
That
the
was
morning or
dumb.
something. But like apparently they walked the halls the whole time. But I doubt it. We easily
No.
could have done it.
Yeah,
But I don't
it
know.
wasn't worth it. Luna's being chill.
Charlie, do you have a story
Oh,
yet?
Yes.
Okay,
Perfect,
tell it.
Charlie.
When I was around 13, I went to I was younger than that. I was like 11. I went to Tulameen with my family, and we were up there for a weekend. And on one of their like big holidays, which is Tulameen Days, there was a big carnival, and my whole family went there. But I was scared of the ride, so I went to the beach instead. And I thought I saw my brother sitting on the dock. So I did what like any kid would do, and I grabbed a handful of the seaweedy muck
Wow.
and I chucked it at the back of his head.
Oh my god.
And it turned out to be a girl, and her best friend was in the water beside her, and they started yelling at me and saying that they were gonna kill me. So I swam as far away as possible,
She's a
and
good
I
swimmer,
hid
at
under.
least.
I'm a really good swimmer, and I hid under a dock for 2 hours
Oh my
because
god.
I was scared.
Oh my
And I
Can't
didn't come out
believe it.
until my friends. I heard them like walking down the beach yelling my name, and then I like
So
swim
sad.
up to them.
Can't believe.
And then the next day I go back to the beach, and the girl's like little brother is there, and he was like, I know you. You're the one who threw the muck at my sisters. And I'm like, no, that was my twin, America. And I was like, America, because it was the only name I could think of was America. That was my twin, America. And the thing was, he was so stupid that he believed me.
Yeah.
So for the rest of the day, I pretended that my name was America.
America.
Nice.
That's really
But I
nice.
didn't get killed.
Can't
That's
believe.
good.
But
Where were you again?
You threw seaweed at some random
yeah.
girl.
So you went to the beach
But if-
alone.
okay.
It's like a 5-hour
okay.
drive from here.
But if anyone threw seaweed at me, I wouldn't
Kind of near Salmon Arm.
say I'm gonna murder them. I would never.
Yeah.
That's some
No.
issue all in
Just
about
say,
itself.
oh, it's okay.
But it probably was
Don't
weirder
touch
for
just
them
be
that
like-
Charlie whipped it and then ran. Because
Yeah.
right,
I think
you
the
ran
worst
after,
part is
right?
that I thought she was a man.
Yeah, so
Did
you
she
put
look-
like real oomph into it too?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I
so
thought you were
funny.
gonna like push her off the dock or something. But
Yeah.
I just
No,
remember
through
a
The seaweed's
travel
worse.
chunk of
The
story.
seaweed's
seaweed.
worse.
It's
Because
so
we push them
funny.
in, it's just like, oh, I was swimming anyway. But did you went to the beach without your brother, right?
Yeah.
And
But
then
I
you
thought he
thought
like
that
showed
your
up,
brother would just
and I
show
was like,
up?
I got you.
can't believe. Did they have
So
short
sad.
hair or what?
I have no clue.
Yeah.
I was an idiot.
Hey, brother.
They were wearing a shirt.
the
In
woman.
a skirt. And she's in a dress. Long
Bikini.
hair.
She was
My
wearing like
brother.
a blue shirt, and my brother had a blue swimming
Oh,
shirt, and so I was
yeah.
like, that's Levi. I chucked it right at her.
Did she look man?
Yikes.
Huh?
So sad.
From
I
behind?
don't remember. I don't remember
Did
what
she
she
look
looked like.
manly from behind?
It was her and her friend. They like came
What
out
does
to
that
me.
even mean? Was she manly from
Uh,
behind though?
All right. Who else has a?
I remember one. Can I?
Yes.
Do we have
No.
time for another story?
Yes.
Go
No.
for it.
Yeah, we have another half hour. That's
Okay. 2013. I was 13. I
Oh.
went to France with my grandparents. They invited
Oh,
me to go with them.
fine. Buongiorno.
So if you guys don't know, I can't ride a bicycle. Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
tried to teach you.
You tried?
I tried.
I don't
We
remember
were in
this.
Walmart.
Oh
It's
yeah.
in the movie.
Oh yeah, I remember now. Well, I don't know how to ride a bicycle at all.
Still, yeah.
So
after that.
I'm in France. We're like at this area called La Baule, and it's like really
La
French.
Baule.
La
Sorry, I
Baule.
just imagine Beatrice.
Oh.
So I don't know how to ride a bicycle. I'm doing the Tour de France. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I thought she was gonna say.
She
That's
wins the Tour de
honestly
France.
That was my mentality. But I'm 13, right? So I'm like, I really want to rent bicycles and go ride
Multiple.
like on the beach. And my grandparents are like, yeah, okay, let's do it. And I told them I could ride a bike.
Oh.
But in my head, I thought they were gonna wait for me, but they didn't. So we got our
Oh.
bicycles, and
And they
then
just took off?
they took off.
Oh
and
my
then I'm
God.
in France. I'm alone.
Lost
and
in France.
lost in France, and I'm like walking with
At least
the
she speaks
bicycle
French.
beside me. Yeah, at least I speak French.
Yeah.
And then like people are like, "What are you doing?" And then they had to come back to get
Walking my
me, and they're like,
bicycle.
"You told us you could ride a bike," and I was
Yeah.
like, "I told you I could kind of ride a bike."
Oh, you. Oh.
That was a mistake.
Anyways, they still bring it up.
Do
to
they
this
have training
day.
training wheels in France?
Training walls.
Probably,
Training walls?
but they,
That'd be
I
cool.
didn't get any. I should have
Padded
got them.
walls.
Training wheels.
But it was scary. There's like cars.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Do they
Someone
drive?
wants to
Do they
teach
drive
me
on the
how to
right
ride a
side in
bike.
France,
Yeah.
or
please.
I don't know.
Our next
man.
mission is to teach
Farthest I've
Beatrice
ever
how
got
our
to-
is
next
Oregon.
mission is
They
to
only ride unicycles?
our next mission is to take France,
Or
Okay.
teach me how to ride a bike.
I used to know. a kid
or
who
teach
rode
Beatrice how to ride a bike,
unicycle.
so we can
I had the
get
biggest
France.
crush on
So
him.
we can get
A
France.
unicycle?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
our
didn't
next
know
goal is
anything
to
about
get
him, but he
Beatrice to
rode
do the
it.
Tour de
That's cool
France.
enough.
And he would
Tour de
like ride
France.
it to school when I was in
Yeah.
grade 6. And I was like, wow, he's
Definitely.
so hot.
That's definitely cool
But
enough.
yeah.
John,
What
you
is?
gotta learn how
I
to
didn't even
use
know his
a unicycle.
Oh, I
Use
can
a
ride a
Oh
bicycle.
my goodness, I have a friend that can ride a unicycle and juggle at the same time.
What?
He's insane.
I'm
Remember
just
Jaden with the big
Oh my
tube thing?
gosh, with the
The
giant
barrel?
rain barrel?
Yeah,
What happened?
Jaden, we figured out that he has this ability to stand on like a barrel and like walk along on it.
Oh
He
yeah,
went
balancing.
10 feet
Yeah, it was
running
fun.
on this barrel.
But we were doing it for like an hour when
I
we
know.
discovered he could do it. We were just like, okay, try this, and he just like
we just filmed it for like an hour, just like
Yeah.
dance monkey.
exactly.
Do it.
Dance
Looks
monkey,
so
baby.
cartoon-like seeing
Dance
somebody
monkey.
do that.
So
though. It's
funny.
All right,
And if all the people
else
that know
has
how
a
to do
bit?
it-
it's Jaden. Yeah.
Perfect.
James
All
had
right.
one.
James, you have one?
So, everyone knows that you put significant thought into items that you wear.
No.
What's your favorite
Yeah.
pants that you've ever had?
What?
Ever had?
The favorite pants. They
Okay,
can
well, you
be
gotta go first, 'cause-
Comfort. They can be joke factor. They can be style.
Okay,
Best-
I got a pair.
best pants.
I got a pair. I'll go.
Sounds
so
good.
I have a pair of these pants that I got from Urban Planet, and they're so comfortable and they're so nice. They're like sweatpants, but they're tight around the legs, so you don't gotta worry about tripping on them or going outside in the rain and you get like you step on them. You know how some sweatpants are like that.
Yeah.
And then Charlie got him, and I didn't see him for like a year, I think.
It was not a year.
It was
It was a couple months.
probably like 6 months.
But the thing
and
was,
so
I
she,
only had them
yeah.
for like a week out of
So
those
she-
6 months.
She gave them to Kaylee to
Oh.
wear.
to wear for one night.
Why would she give someone else's pants to her friend? Like, that's just a weird thing
That
to
is
do
actually
in general.
a really weird thing to do.
And
Because I
then
had to do
so
laundry, and then she's like, I
She
need
needed
pajama pants. And so I was like, here, wear these.
why?
And
They're
then
my
Where are your
boyfriend's
And then in the
pants.
morning,
My
she left
yeah.
early,
Kinda
and she
strange.
stole them and didn't give them back forever.
And so
For a
Charlie tried to
year.
get them back. She was like, but they're just so comfortable. And it's like, I don't.
But
Did
that's-
you give them back to me?
Yeah.
You got him.
At
I
that
don't know
point,
where
Jonah,
they
you
are.
should just go to like her house and just kick open.
Where
the
are
door
my
But also it's
parents?
Urban
Well, that's the
Planet.
thing.
and just make a scene.
I drove her home once.
Nothing at Urban Planet's more than $20,
I drove Kaylee
right?
home once, and she made me drop her off at her grandparents' house because she didn't want me to know where she lived.
Yeah, it was weird.
Is
What?
that weird?
That's
What?
like heist.
So I couldn't even get my pants if I wanted them.
Isn't it's Kaylee?
Yeah.
I feel like
She's
I'm
Charlie.
too
That's like one of your
trusting.
best friends, right?
Yeah.
Best
Why doesn't
friend.
she want Jonah to know where he lived? Where'd
No,
she
now
live?
she's fine, but it was like,
Oh,
I know
it was
where she
that.
lives
It was
now,
All
but like,
about
Oh,
the
okay.
pants. It was like Ocean's 11
Yeah,
heist.
yeah, it's
Like,
super.
I could have.
important.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Weird.
There's gotta
So
be
those
something
are.
about
That's
those
my
pants.
pants story.
That's good.
I think I have them back
Traveling
now. I don't
pants.
know.
Why don't you just buy another pair at Urban Planet?
Because they don't have them anymore, Caleb. I would.
Yes, they do.
I would glad they don't have those same ones.
Yes, they do.
No, they do
Yes, they
not,
do.
They
Charlie.
saw when I was
Charlie,
really
I
young.
live
was gonna
here,
buy
Charlie.
them for you, but they
Oh.
Well,
only
then
have
why didn't
them.
you buy them? Because they didn't
only
have
them
them.
in blue, and that's a stupid color.
Exactly. So
I
why
wanted
would I
to
get
a
them?
Blue pair.
We're going at
That's
blue
what
all
I'm
of a sudden.
saying.
Yeah.
We're throwing shade
Because I
at
want the
blues.
I want the gray pair. I don't want the blue pair.
Exactly.
Don't crap on blue. Blue's an okay color.
Not for not
I
for
wouldn't say it's the
sweatpants.
best.
I
feel like not for sweatpants.
the
Blue's
only
good for
acceptable
jeans.
blue pants is jeans.
Yeah. There's gotta
No
be
one's-
other blue pants.
No one's gonna wear blue like. I
It's
don't
so
want to wear
funny
blue
because you're
sweatpants
only wearing
anywhere.
blue right now, Jonah.
I know, but
You're
they're-
only
I don't want to
wearing
wear blue
blue.
pants
James
right
is
now.
in
These
blue swim
shorts are
trunks.
fine, but I'm not gonna wear blue sweatpants.
Yeah.
Yeah. blue
Maybe
sweatpants.
pajamas.
Are we counting shorts?
Yeah.
I feel like shorts would count.
No, he specifically
Pants,
said
yeah.
pants.
Okay, pants.
Pants.
So shorts doesn't
Pants.
count?
I don't
Dude,
know.
Caleb doesn't wear pants.
Never.
Things
has
you
those-
wear on your
I wear
legs.
jeans.
I'm
has the
bouncing
pants that he-
between
he
one
broke
that I
his
bought
leg
as a
in.
joke and one that's actually genuinely amazing, and I don't know which one to do.
Yeah. I have like those popsicle shorts. You know those ones? It's like fudgesicles.
I don't think I've seen them.
They're like I probably have them. They're
I've
like-
got. Don't go grab
Oh,
them.
yeah.
You don't. No one needs to
Okay.
grab them. All right.
I have a
Caleb,
really
you
good
have to
Okay,
wear
well, yeah,
it.
James
you have
just
to put
go
them
now.
on. I want
I
a
would-
fashion show.
Please. I went to an audio fashion show. Would be great. That should be a whole episode.
Wow.
Audio
Just
fashion
rustling
show.
of fabric.
What's your pants, James? Who wears
so-
the pants in your family?
Hopefully everyone. Not all the time. We were in Oregon for the end of May this past year for a road trip, and I ended up going with my friends to Goodwill because none of us brought enough clothes that were warm. We all thought it was gonna be like summer weather, and it was really cold.
Oop.
So we went to go buy pants, and then we found the most horrendous leggings. The
Oh.
best leggings. They were so great. And so me and my buddy Aiden ended up buying these pair of leggings that both pairs didn't match at all, but they both went together so well. One of them was velvet and turquoise. Those are his velvet turquoise leggings, skin tight, can barely sit down.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
And then I bought a pair that were jeggings, but they were black with red glitter all over them. And I also cannot sit down in them. And we wore them once to church. Both of us wore them to church one day, and it was
People are like, "Are you okay?"
people thought we were like homosexuals. I think.
Oh.
I think most of our church got together and prayed for us that day. It was really funny.
Ooh, you don't want to be homosexual in front of the church?
I mean, my church is like 50%.
My
old
church
people.
is like
Oh, Caleb
my
can
church is
find
like
it.
50% gay, so it's
They're somewhere.
Did you hear his
No, your
story,
church is
though?
like 80% old people.
I don't-
I
They were
came
wearing
to one
tights?
service. Oh
We
wait, no.
bought
the
tights.
Salvation
I don't really go to church.
Or
The Salvation
jeggings.
Army one.
Salvation
Yeah.
Army one,
Yeah. Did you find them?
Ripperino.
Nope.
Nope.
Oh,
They're
no.
somewhere.
They're
but
somewhere.
Caleb.
Maybe I
I snuck
packed
into a
them.
church
Fair.
picnic.
Because I got a pack.
Never mind.
Oh
another
yeah,
church stuff.
because you're
Bah.
moving. Bah.
Pack. All right. What?
Okay. My favorite
Pants.
pair of pants is like they're these 70s, like super long bell bottoms. I haven't worn them yet. I'm saving them for Halloween, and they're super sparkly
They're her
and
favorite.
ugly,
Beautiful.
and like they're so ugly that they're good.
Disco pants.
Like they're crazy disco
Yeah.
pants, and I'm so excited to wear
That's
them.
amazing.
And they're like
The
the
guitar.
worst
Me.
like mixes of orange and brown,
Ooh.
and it's gonna be incredible when I do wear them.
That's your favorite pants?
It is.
We should do
The
it.
ones you haven't worn yet?
Yes.
Can it be
How do
like
you know if
any
you haven't worn
article
them?
of clothes?
I've tried them on. I've tried them on.
Yeah.
Does it have to be pants?
You can expand the articles if you would
Expand.
like.
Oh
Expand
my
the wardrobe.
Okay,
Well, my
well,
favorite
Give us a taste.
hat.
I wear a lot of denim, so like jeans. I got a new pair. It was like light blue, and I was
Ooh.
eating breakfast one morning, butter toast, you know, and the butter dripped right onto the pant leg. So now there's a giant grease stain on it.
Rest in peace,
But-
Grant.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Just need
Rest
to
in peace,
do my
Grant.
Rest in
laundry.
peace, Bent.
Well, did you spray them? Take them to the dry
I don't know.
cleaners. They'll get that stain
The
right
stain
out.
was
That's
like
the job.
from a week ago. I haven't washed,
that's fine.
washed them yet.
That's their
That'll do it.
job.
So now that it won't come out.
No one goes to the dry cleaners
It's
anymore.
okay. I can't
think it's a
afford
failing
butter,
business.
So I've never had that.
I want
I've
to go
seen
to
margarine with a spoon.
My
for breakfast.
grandma is so obsessed with I can't believe it's not butter. When
Mm.
she visited
Isn't
us,
that terrible for you?
it's so
It's so
bad.
bad for
She
you.
brought it in like a spray form.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, good morning. She's like,
Like sprayable
good morning.
cheese?
And she's just spraying
She's
the
spraying
toast.
her toast.
Oh my
with the butter.
lord.
Gross.
It's yucky.
Although
Yeah.
margarine is worse, though, technically, right?
Yeah.
Margarine, it's the same,
It's
isn't it?
bad for
It's
you.
literally
They're
just
both the
oil.
same.
Yeah.
It's
And
bad
a
for
Just
you.
It's
oil.
the almond butter. Almond butter's good.
I
Just,
can't afford
just butter,
that
normal
crap.
butter is fine.
Almond butter.
It's okay. Group discussion.
Isn't
we just go pick our own
isn't
kernel and
isn't
squeeze
it
in
wow
our
butter
toaster
is like the
fast.
peanut butter that's made of soy?
Soy.
Don't make
soy
fun
bread.
of me. I'm the host.
Soy.
Soy.
That's soy
Isn't
good.
that like one made of
Soy?
soy?
Oh.
Now who?
The
Beatrice?
next topic.
Beatrice,
It's
what's
me.
your topics?
Yes.
Me. Okay. Oh yeah. What's my
I think-
topic
I don't
again?
know.
What is it? Oh yeah.
Work stories.
Work stories. So like bad stories, things that has happened to you at work.
Oh
Like,
boy.
Customer service specifically, I work in that area. I know not everyone has, but like bad stories. I have one that actually happened last night. It was so bad. Do I tell it? Yeah, just
Yeah.
Yeah, just go
Okay.
for it.
No,
Okay,
Beatrice.
So last night I work at a pizza place, and last night it was really busy. I think it was like Welfare Wednesday or something.
Mm.
So everyone's buying
Welfare
pizza.
Wednesday.
It's very, very, very busy, and there's only
Every 2 weeks.
2 people in the
Baby.
kitchen, and then me, who has to answer every single
Ooh.
phone and talk to every customer who comes in.
It's just you?
And then and the 2 people in the
Okay.
kitchen. And then I have to also go in the kitchen and help out. And then there's like the delivery people, but they're like in and out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So this lady orders 1 pizza online, and the time that was quoted was 15 minutes. And obviously the computer did that, so like it's not real time. So like we're backed up in the kitchen, so it's
Yeah.
gonna take more than 15 minutes. So they come in after that 15-minute wait.
Mm-hmm.
The boyfriend, it's 2 people. The boyfriend pays and he sits down. Then the girlfriend comes in, and then I let them know. I'm like, sorry, we're backed up in the kitchen. Should be another 20 minutes. We'll be as fast as we can, right?
Yeah.
She says, okay, maybe more than 20 minutes pass, but there's only 2 people in the kitchen. Again, there's lots of deliveries, and anyways, so my hands are covered in like pizza grease, and I'm like doing whatever, and then she comes up to the counter and she has her credit card in her hand, and she's like, service, where's the fucking service? And then I'm
Jeez.
like freaking out because I'm the only one who sees it, and then the 2 people are just doing whatever, and I'm so mad. So I'm like, sorry ma'am, I'll be right with you in just a moment, and I'll give you my attention. I need to wash my hands. And she's like, no, you may not wash your hands. You don't have a moment to wash your hands. And then I was like, holy shit, this is
Wow.
ridiculous. How can you treat someone like this? It doesn't matter if it's like customer service or not. It's just so...
Yeah.
Anyways, so I wash my hands, I go to her, and then she's like, yeah. So I've been waiting for like such a long time with her fucking credit card. I'm so
That's
mad.
the worst part.
And I'm shaking because I don't know how to respond to this.
Yeah.
She's like, I want a refund. And we don't give out refunds. We give out credits or a brand new free pizza. And I said to her,
You
I'm
don't
going to
give
check.
refunds?
No, we don't. That's policy. I don't
Yeah,
make the
because-
rules.
That's
yeah,
policy.
we have similar stuff at
Unless,
Starbucks.
like, you-
If you pay with like Starbucks card, we can't refund it. So
Yeah.
They paid with a... What do they pay with? A gift card?
gift cards or
Oh, yeah.
credits for like next time you come in. She's like, it said 15 minutes online. Anyways, I get the manager. He deals with it, and then I'm cutting up the pizza, and I run to the front just as they're at the door. This is the girlfriend, by the way, who's being like a bitch.
Yeah.
She's so mean. So anyways, they're out the door, and then we're running to them with the pizza. And like, do you want this free pizza? We'll give it to you for free. Sorry for your inconvenience.
Yeah.
The boyfriend's like, oh yeah, sure. And then the girlfriend grabs him and like pulls him back. And then I'm like, guess they don't get the pizza.
I don't understand.
And then
man.
one more, and then
Did you guys eat it?
we ate it. Then
Nice.
the manager was like, wow, the girlfriend really keeps him on a short leash.
Jeez.
Anyways, it's horrifying. I was shaking for the rest of the night because I'm like,
Yeah, how do you deal with that? You can't.
I
don't
was
know.
trying to be as friendly as possible. She didn't want that.
Because it's like, obviously,
I didn't cry.
it
so
can't
it's
go
okay.
any faster if you scream. What? That'd be so annoying.
Isn't it
Yeah,
serious?
that credit card slam on the table. I feel like that's like I've seen somebody do that. Like that's like
We
the
gave
most
away
like
Yeah.
2 refunds last night because we were so busy and we couldn't keep up.
yeah.
Jeez.
So this is work horror stories?
Yeah.
Work
basically.
Well-
stories?
I don't know if I have.
I have
many
another
of
one
those.
from when
I
I used
worked
to
at
work
White
at the
Spot.
clothing
Boom.
store.
There you
Roasted.
go. Charlie, you tell one. You've probably got a couple.
I've been fired 3 times. Boom.
From
Roasted.
White Spot?
Oh
Fired?
no! From the same place?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. That'd be really impressive.
What
I don't know why
happened?
my mind went there first.
Where's the other places
White
that you
Spot. White Spot ghosted me and just never put me on the schedule
Terrible. You didn't even
because
tell her.
I argued with the boss a lot.
Mm.
Yikes.
Where else did I work? Wee Chippy also ghosted me, and then I called in, and she like answered, and she's like, "Hey, like Charlie, so we actually asked one of our other servers to come back, so you're not really needed anymore."
Oh no. That place is really good.
Third
Now there's a
place.
tainted memory.
Third place was the English tarts, and
Oh.
tart means whores, by the way. I worked at the English whores, and
Nice.
Amelia
I was a
Jane's
dishwasher, and it was like a
What was
little
that place?
bakery, and I was washing dishes, doing my best, and we had like enough cutlery for around 30 people. There was
That's
about
not a very big place.
right? It's a small place. There was around 60 people who came in.
60?
We did not have enough cutlery, and she kept yelling at me to wash more forks, and I had no forks, and I kept saying like, "Barb, I got no forks. I can't do anything for
Got
you."
no forks,
Bob, I got
And-
no folks.
Got no forks, Bob.
What you want, Barb?
And so I'd like walk around and like see if anyone was done eating, if I could clear anything, but there was no freaking forks. And so I'm like going back in there and I'm telling her, I'm like, there's no forks, and I like go back to washing dishes, and she's so angry at me, and she comes back in with a plate and she threw it at the wall beside my head, and like it exploded, like shattered, and I started crying, and she started yelling at me for not washing forks. And then she made me work the next 2 hours of my shift still. And then at the end,
Walked
pulled me
out.
in front of all the customers and fired me publicly for not washing enough forks when there weren't enough forks. That was my first ever job.
I have a good idea for going for a podcast,
Oh
like
my
the next
goodness.
episode, the live episode, where we go to the English whores and we just burn it to the ground.
Hey, where's my fork?
Exactly.
We just start
walk
screaming
inside
It
about
was
forks.
just
Is
right
that
before
the place where
Christmas.
she gets mad if people are on their phones
On their
and
phones.
stuff?
I heard that too.
It was right before Christmas, and I really thought about sending them a bundle of forks, like with like
Yeah.
a thank you, like a.
For your all
Except
your
you
issues.
break off.
It
all
was
the
like
middle
it
things.
was
There's
around
only
Christmas, and I
one-
was really
there's only
gonna
one
like
thing
No,
on
no,
each
you
one.
keep the middle one.
Send
so
her
it's
a
like
fork
big
in her
middle
eye.
finger
Yeah.
fork.
Perfect.
Oh, if you just bend all the other ones, that'd be funny. So it's just a middle finger fork.
That's good.
Fork you.
Good job,
That was good.
Beatrice.
Anybody else got some more horror stories? I was trying to think of one. For
I
my
have
customer
another
service
one
stuff.
from
I got
I-
Urban
customer service.
Planet.
I got one from my old music store that I worked at.
yeah,
Yeah,
do
go
that
for
one.
it.
Oh, it's bad. So this is like a
Are they super
small
pretentious?
business. No, I love these people. I still
Okay.
go back and visit them. It was not their fault. This was just something terrible. So I work at this little music store. I did, and I've been friends with the owner for 6 years. It's literally just him, his wife, and then like they hire someone to run the front, and then I work in the shop. So I repair music instruments, clean them up, get the rentals all ready, and then do odd jobs around. Like I hang up new whiteboards in the classrooms. I vacuum sometimes. Like whatever needs to be done. They bought a ton of new ceiling tiles. They're like, James, can you go through and replace the ceiling tiles? Those like giant styrofoam ones.
That seems
It's
not
a
a
big
normal
job.
job.
Weird
It's
job.
not, no. And I was like, I mean, it's gonna suck. They're like, okay. And I'm like, all right, I'll do it. Why not?
Jeez.
I like these people.
Yeah.
So I'm like pulling them down, and this was terrible. I had no like official gear, so I had to go in the back, and I looked like when you're a kid and you try and dress up as a diver or something. I was wearing these big like leather gloves, and it's, by the way, this was last summer when it was smoky and everything and really hot, so it's 30 degrees inside, and I'm wearing like a full
AC?
body jumpsuit. No, there's no AC in the back.
Oh, no.
There's AC in the front, none in the shop. So I'm just like in full leather gloves and like a full jumpsuit, and I had to wear one of those visors in front because when you move it, there was styrofoam, or not styrofoam, like the insulation was just thrown on top from whoever did the reno.
And that's
So every time I moved
toxic,
it,
right?
it would just fall down, and I'd get in, and I got like rashes all the way up my
Yeah.
arms. It was terrible.
That's not a normal job.
The worst part is that it's probably like if somebody heard this, like I could probably sue them, but like
Yeah.
Well,
I
same
don't
with
know.
It's
Charlie.
like work safe,
You know
right?
that
Work
person's
safe
definitely
BC
not
would
allowed
be
to
like
throw
all
blades
over
Yeah.
us.
at you.
But that's why
Yeah.
I'm not saying the music store or their names because I like them. That's fine. I went in and I did that.
Oh yeah, I said
Yeah.
the name.
Barb from English
Barb.
Tarts.
Yeah. We're coming for
First
your
Mission
ass.
BC,
Listen,
First
Barb.
Avenue.
Barb, listen to this.
1369.
Somebody
And
look up-
here's your social security number.
So I pulled down one ceiling tile and I felt something
I don't
like
think she
bigger
listened to it.
fall on.
God, last one
Barb
got.
Lane. Lane is
Barb
her
Lane! I'm coming for her.
She,
Barb Lane. I
She
feel
lives
like
on
she
Barb
lives
Lane.
Harry
No, I
Lane's
mean-
mom.
Mm.
So I had been like pulling down
Let's
the
egg
ceiling
her
tiles in
house.
this one classroom.
Lane.
Lane.
And I felt these little like pellets hit my hand, and I looked down and there's like petrified rat poop. And
Oh.
I'm like, oh, this is
Gross.
nasty.
Dude.
Finally.
Like that's gross.
No.
Then I move the next ceiling tile, and I pop my head up and look, and there's a dead rat right here that's been there for like
Ew. Is it like?
It's been there for like a
No.
year,
Oh,
so
so
it's
was
like
it, like-
completely rotted
yeah,
away.
Yeah. Okay.
But it died from poisonous pellets that we left in the shop, and it was like this big.
Ew.
Wow.
Oh.
And I'm like
No.
terrified of rats.
Oh, I
So
like
I
rats.
fell off the ladder.
Oh.
No, I
How
can't
high
even-
were you?
Like ceiling height, so like
Okay, so
like,
not
my
terrible,
feet were like
but like.
here because my head was through the
Yeah,
ceiling.
yeah.
But you're
Probably
pretty
10
tall,
feet in
so
the air.
it's not like you fell too much.
No, I fell like probably 4 feet on my onto my ass.
Ugh.
Ow.
Dang.
Yeah,
That's
and
so
then
gross.
in
That's
the
so
back
bad.
they just heard me scream.
Okay.
Did
I
anyone
was-
like run back?
Yeah,
to
they
help
ran
you?
back to like see what happened. They're like, James, are you okay? And I'm like, there's a dead rat.
Tell me, but you didn't have to keep doing it, right?
No, I then had to
Thank
take
God.
the dead rat and angle the ceiling tile so that it just slid down into a garbage pail. Like, and like just
No.
because it was all just assorted body pieces. It was
Wow.
Oh god.
it was nasty.
Okay.
I think that's probably the worst work story I
Yeah,
had.
that would have been horrible.
It was
I-
bad. That was
James
bad
reminded me of when I
Oh,
worked
no.
at 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Oh, ew.
Oh no.
Probably my second day there. This lady called us and said she had a freezer which had
Oh yeah.
Wait, is it really
which
gross?
had meat in it. that
Caleb,
that
can
was
you
like
get me a
rotten.
bowl
She
of
said
water,
it. She
too?
said it was pretty
Wait, wait,
gross,
wait.
like on the phone and not.
Wait, John, wait.
Can
Okay.
we get a water break?
Pause the podcast.
No, don't pause it. Just keep
Yeah,
going.
because you can pause it. We
Pause cast again. Pause cast.
Pause cast.
That's what it's.
What
we
is
just-
I
And
continue my
unpause
horrifying
cast.
work story with 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
What
So, the lady called in, said she had a freezer that we had to remove. Seems pretty easy, right?
Wrong.
Cause she lives in. Okay, so she lives in
A shoe.
a shoe.
That was funny.
No, in a motorhome or whatever. Like, what's it called? Trailer park.
Uh huh.
Uh,
one of those temporary.
and
homes.
so they have a but it's not really like it's like a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, they take all
A
those
trailer
homes
park.
that you
Yeah.
you stick on the back of a
Yeah,
semi
yeah.
and move around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get
And then so there's a shed in the back, and so I didn't know this, but when we got there, she was like, "It's kind of gross." I went to the hospital for 3 months, and somewhere within that time, my freezer stopped working. In the shed, it was the last summer when all the wildfires happened. So again, 30 degrees, and so it's like, oh, it was so bad.
I can already
So
smell
protocol for that is to put Vicks. She had all this stuff at least. Put Vicks under your nose and then put a mask on. You know a smell is terrible when it doesn't even work. It smelled like, I don't know if you have, rotting meat is the worst smell.
Yep.
Like boiling rotting meat is
Oh my
10 times worse.
So gross.
And no one thinks that it gets very heavy. So I barely was able to lift it. And it's my second day there, so I'm not like, very prepared for it. She couldn't help at all because she's an old woman. She has like a broken shoulder or something.
Oh,
And so the whole time she's heckling me while I'm trying to lift it. It's probably like 400 pounds. And it's 2 of us. So we're like moving and she's like, I can do better than that. I could do that.
Really?
I can do it. Yeah, behind me. I'm like, it's so heavy. We got it on top. It was the grossest thing though. It smelled
Did
so
you
bad.
open it?
She's a terrible, no.
Did you
She
open
was
it?
like,
No?
no.
That
you
We
should've-
did open it. We did open it and death came out. Like, I was like, I like almost vomited. It was the
You
worst
should have
smell.
turned and just
Did you
vomited
get-
like in her
But it's
direction
like
in
my
the nice
second day.
arc.
Yeah, and an arc that's pink.
The column, it's pink, yeah.
Did you get a tip at least?
No.
What a
Dang.
jerk.
Yes, I know. We just had to take her to the
would
dump. I don't
want
know.
him to give you a tip.
But she was so mean to me, and that was it. There was a lot of weird things like homeless people, gunk,
What did it look like in the freezer?
Death?
brown sludge,
That's just
Oh,
all the
which
media is
technically
just
we're not
fun.
allowed to take. It has to be, if it's sludgy, it has to be
'Cause that's like
like a
toxic
closed.
waste.
bio-
I know it
biohazard.
has to be. It has to be
Biohazard.
wrapped. It has to be like 3 times or whatever, like crazy amount of times. It
Yeah.
wasn't at all. But we were like,
Jeez.
yeah, we'll take it. And we only, it was like $200 you had to spend, but it's not worth it to me.
Because I guess another thing like that is you guys, you'll never have to clean up like feces,
You
right?
can use it as long as
No.
That's also
Well, we
biohazard.
can
No, you never mind, it's
basically
plastic.
say we can't take whatever we want, kind of.
Yeah,
So, but like, that's basically we just don't touch poop.
yeah, like you still have rights.
Sometimes we do touch poop.
Like the box food.
Like
Don't
the
we all?
box poop, another
box poop.
story.
Oh,
Somewhere downtown Abbotsford, there's forest area where homeless people tend to accumulate, and
By somewhere he means
pitch
in
tents,
multiple
tarps.
places in Abbotsford.
so there's this thing where there's a bunch of like concrete slabs. That's where they basically sell ice. You do outdoor work and stuff. So there's that. But behind that, was like a place where a bunch of homeless people were. But it was a trek into it to get to where it was. So we had to bring bins in and bins out. So it took about like an hour to get maybe like an eighth of a truck just because you had to trek through. And it was raining and it was the worst. And there was this box where... Because so when we first got there, we were there like 4 times. And there was this lady there the first time who was living there, and like my coworker saw her like squatting and peeing in like the corner, and like so she like freaked out at him for that, but it wasn't really our fault. So we're taking all this junk, and then so we came back and she was gone, and I guess she left a box where she took her dumps. And my
She left a
coworker
box.
picked it up, and at least he was wearing gloves, but it was like work gloves, so it's fabric. It wasn't
Yeah.
like anything that would protect it from it. So
mystery
and he
box.
just like and like squished. He said it was like Play-Doh.
Wait,
Oh,
Like,
wait!
Yeah.
Oh!
He grabbed it, dude.
why?
Oh,
Because it was
why?
in a box under it.
Okay.
And so like
Wait, he opened just a
He
box.
opened the box and
no,
stuck
it
his
was
hand
flat.
in?
It was a flat box with poo smeared in it.
It was a
So
cardboard
when he picked it
box?
up, it like got on his hand and he squished it.
Oh, okay.
He didn't know it was there.
I thought for a
'Cause it was
second
in
that
a
he
box.
just stuck his hand in.
No, and terrible,
Oh, man.
terrible. That took maybe like
Oh.
I went
So
there
funny.
5 times probably, and it took all day, and we didn't even get it all done. I wasn't even there all of the days, and it was so
Oh
gross.
my
Shout out to
gosh.
Will's dad. He runs the center.
I can't even imagine. It was the worst.
What do you-
But it's like
do you comb
it's
your beard
I
with
can't be
this?
mad, but it's
No.
also like
I used to.
so gross.
But
Because I feel bad for the people who, because if it's on Abbotsford's, like the city of Abbotsford's property,
Mhm.
they get this other junk company to go do it, and they have to do all of it. So that's like, you just sometimes see it's just a big blue truck
yeah.
that's parked on the side of the road, and they're like in gutters and stuff.
Hopefully those guys get
So,
paid more or something.
they
Or
don't.
they have better
Because they have a
gloves.
contract, so they get paid a certain amount to clean it. So they
Yeah.
don't really get much more money probably than I did to do that. It's terrible. It's not a good job.
Yeah.
This is terrible.
I mean, the people there were nice that I worked with, but
And
other
there's
than
people
that, it's
have
kind of
done that,
crappy.
Like people really have to do all that crap.
Mm-hmm.
Like we all have such good jobs compared to some jobs.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Cause like yeah, oof.
Like the only thing.
And
that I've
that's
had
why I
done
only
with
worked
worse
there
is, like,
for
unclogging
4 months.
toilets.
Yeah.
Which actually Starbucks can be a nightmare sometimes.
Yeah. that's
Yeah. Well, people gotta get their coffee fix,
I know, and then I go in and I'm like,
and then you mess
"What
up their
did you
name, and then they
do?"
get mad at you.
True. Those people are really good to ignore, though. Like, I just...
The people
Like-
that get mad.
Yeah, but it's not
exactly.
really your problem at that point.
I
It's
just
like,
kind
whatever.
of look at them, I'm like,
Why get
That's
mad?
sad.
It's just coffee.
It's
I know,
so
I'm
sad.
just
yeah,
like,
it's
that's
just
sad.
coffee.
Starbucks
It's just
worker,
people.
yeah.
Charlie's
Sad.
doing sign language, perfect for the podcast.
I'm
Nice.
learning. I've been trying to do it every day so I can learn.
Hey guys, here's my segment. I'm gonna dance for everybody at home.
This is for all the deaf people out there.
I'm just like going off, and no one can see it. We're all
really
silent.
Stupid because M is like this, but then N you have your thumb through, so it's like
Alright.
MN.
My mom knows sign
All right,
language.
we're all
I'm
gonna
gonna
silently
see.
watch a silent film.
It's just like
Silent
silence and
segment.
some coughing, like some chewing noises,
Yeah.
and then once in a while, like a...
Oh yeah, just like
Me
Some
over commenting.
rustling.
Yeah.
Rustling. Oh, we're all getting to this. I'm just gonna eat over here.
Next to her mic.
that's good.
Anyway, I've
I've
never
wa-
worked
thought
in
it was
customer
segment,
service.
by the way.
I only have one more
I've
really good
only
story.
worked in customer service.
This one's not as sad as it just was very strange.
Mm.
At the music store, I also had to take out the garbage.
Ooh.
We are in the exact same complex as a bottle depot, which in Maple Ridge
They smell
means
bad.
that is where all of the homeless people go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The rich
you're
class.
right.
Pretty much.
That logic
So-
is correct.
I walk back. I'm doing like 2 loads of garbage. The first load, we found, I don't know how, but I'm like forcing my pack rat boss to like go through everything.
I'm like forcing my package in there.
Oh my God.
Yuck. So I had this giant shopping bag of just like old medals that like kids were supposed to get that we just never used.
Sorry, I'm just thinking about you putting your dick in there. It's be such a weird thing to walk in on.
That would
It's
be.
like, oops, sorry.
Oh, sorry, man.
Just hanging
I'm
out with a
I'm
bag
one of his
medals.
only 2 employees, so like, what is he gonna do?
Yeah.
No. So I was about to throw it in, and there was a homeless guy inside of the dumpster, and I almost killed someone.
No.
Because I was like winding up to throw
Is
a
it
bag
heavy?
of metal,
Yeah.
about 30 pounds,
Yeah.
and the guy pops his
crazy.
head up.
Did he
Get out.
scare you?
He scared the shit out of me.
So what did he go?
almost-
Away, hey!
He's a giant dead rat.
His lady was just like, I'm in here. I'm like, ah! Like,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
scared the shit
yeah.
out of me.
Like
he was
he-
really nice.
Yeah.
Really cool. He's
yeah,
like,
of course. Yeah.
Well, James,
is
I'll
this
tell
metal?
you.
And I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, we can
I'm
sell that for
fired
scrap.
for
And
it.
he like
Yeah,
grabbed
he
it.
loves
and
it.
he
Yeah,
loved
Charlie's
it.
been fired 4
I just
times.
remember
not
there's
3
another
Yeah,
one.
yeah, the.
Oh my
I was
God.
gonna
Franya's.
say, yeah.
And then
Franya's thrift store.
Charlie.
I was volunteering.
No,
sorry.
and you got.
Go.
the exact same garbage run.
And
Like
the
I finished the
old
garbage
folks
run, talked with this guy for like 10 minutes.
But that
He
wasn't
put
even
on the
fire, that
first
was
place
weird.
medal and then
No.
rode away on his bike. I'm like,
Aw.
his name was
That
like
was just
Greg
like
or
Lindsay
something.
fucking
Greg.
That was great.
My dad knows every homeless guy in Ridge. He probably knows Greg.
Greg's great.
Well, James.
And he was walking back. I was walking back. I looked behind the dumpster, and I swear this is the weirdest shit I've ever seen. I looked behind the dumpster, and you know those giant clear bags of like that you put leaves in?
Yeah, the compost.
Full
bag?
thing, like literally like 4.5 feet tall, like garbage with bag. Saltines. just saltines.
Good. Good
To
to
the
predict it.
brim.
There's no way you could have
I'm
predicted
down.
that.
No.
And I sat there, I was like,
That's
what?
really
And
good.
I walked up and I legitimately like touched it and like crunched it. I was like, that's real. I'm like,
That's so cool.
what? And then I left for like 10 minutes and then came back and they were gone. And I was like,
Yeah.
The
Someone
dumpster
probably
guy.
took them.
somebody like stashed an entire, some guy.
Somebody has
got
a massive
whole
soup.
bag of like unsalted
Massive
saltines and they were
I was thinking,
the
where's
big
biggest
tub of
soup
tomato
ever.
soup.
Yeah, he's just crunching it all up in there.
Like a
he's
bathtub
pouring it in a
full.
bathtub full of tomato soup. I hope that's
Yeah,
what
like those
happened.
videos
so.
of people with cereal in the
And it's
bathtub.
like, I hope it's
They're
some
eating
guy.
it.
You know
milk
how
or cereal first?
Oh,
Cereal
cereal.
first.
cereal definitely.
First.
So
Thank
you
God.
judge how much
Thank
milk you
you.
need.
Yeah,
I'm glad we're on the same
How much
page.
Yeah,
milk would you need to take a bath in milk? Like,
couple
no,
gallons?
a couple,
probably like 3 jugs. Like
Like,
3 to 4 gallons.
like
I'm
240.
lactose intolerant.
Me
I was
too.
drowned.
Who does that? There's like a culture that does that.
Milk baths?
YouTube?
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
pretty sure.
Oh,
it
I
might
thought
be.
you meant cereal baths
India?
specifically.
Millennials.
I was
That's
like-
what I was
And their
thinking.
babies.
People on YouTube.
No, it's like warm milk. I know what you're
It's
talking
like
about.
YouTube.
Yeah, I
They heat
think
up the milk.
I think it's like the East Indians.
Man, this is gonna be
No, I'm
Remember
almost
that
rather
trend?
racist if it's not.
No, but
This is-
like
I feel
I
like
learned
I
this from
remember
one of the real
the trend
Indians I
where
went to
people
school
take
with.
I
It's
sure
less
hope we are
like-
right, or
milk
else
and
we
water
sound
and have
No,
extremely
it's
racist.
definitely
Yeah.
like
That's so
it's definitely a
weird.
thing.
That's
It's not
good.
just
That's-
like
that's
they
like
happen
what-
to.
Or is it just
what
like that
culture is
weird
It's
yogurt that they
millennial
have?
moms and their babies.
Yogurt baths? Wait!
I was like, you
Okay,
Yogurt
we've drifted
bath.
off into 2 conversations, which isn't very fun.
That's
to
true.
hear.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
happened all the time today,
Sorry.
and
I'd
No,
like
it
to-
hasn't. It hasn't
to
been that
apologize.
bad.
Yes, we only did it.
That's
once.
okay.
Yeah.
No, I don't care.
Well,
No,
'cause
that's fine,
we were
it's
ta-
fine.
I don't
was
have to
gonna say,
listen
do
to
you
this.
remember that trend where girls would like post pictures of them in
Their
the
milk
bath,
baths,
milk with
flowers.
water, and then flowers,
Oh,
and then
okay.
they'd like selfie.
I guess I missed it. I know what you're talking
now
about.
they do it a lot with babies.
Yeah.
Babies.
What? They have a bath?
They just
oh,
blend them
wait,
all
with
up
the
and-
babies.
Is that
I,
how you
know,
get
I
a-
thought it was just like a
Is
bathtub
that how you
full
get a
of
yeast
children.
Yeah.
infection?
Just
That's
so many
yeah,
babies.
Yeah, I just found
Is
these
that how you get
babies.
Is that how you get a yeast infection?
Probably.
bunch of babies
That's
in
one
a
of the
bath.
ways. If you just
Or milk.
shove
No,
babies
like-
in a bath, probably.
If you sit in
I
a
don't
bath
know.
of
Well,
milk
like, how
and
do you-
water, maybe.
Cause like babies are very
Babies
be
are
very
not
gentle
clean.
with them.
Slimy. Babies
Well, no.
are
Babies are kind of
Slimy.
slimy.
You
Is
have
it
to be
an
careful with them though.
Especially if you're just
Unpopular
lying. 'Cause
opinion
sometimes
that
you can
some
just, like-
babies are actually ugly.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because they'll be like, "Oh, your baby's so cute."
Yeah, I lie to people about their babies all the time. I'm like, your baby looks like an
babies
alien.
can be ugly.
Like when a baby comes out, maybe it's like.
No, I don't find them very cute when they
It's
come
when
out.
they turn like.
I was a
One.
cute baby,
Yeah,
but then my
yeah.
dad
after
fucked me
after a
over
couple
and gave me
after a couple
mullet.
months they're cute, but
Yeah, my dad gave me a mullet for the first 2 years of my
That's
life.
amazing.
Bowl
I-
cut.
bowl cut too.
Yes.
My
Buzz
mom
cut,
thought
I
it
look
was
like
cute.
Caillou.
So all my pictures of me when I was 2, I just have a bowl cut.
It was bad.
That's cute.
Caillou
I
is a
didn't.
brat.
I don't work in customer service, and I haven't, so I don't have any like.
But you have
crazy
that
people
homeless guy that you had to
stories.
clean up all his poop, didn't you?
Well, yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah,
when
so-
I worked
tell
in
that
the
one.
homeless shelter. But that's just a quick, disgusting one. It's not so funny.
Yeah, but whatever.
Because and it was the girls' washroom though, so you'd be surprised in a homeless shelter. The bathroom that's worse is the female one, even though there's way less females in the shelter.
I always wonder.
It was way worse. I don't know how it happened, but it was always way worse.
That's one question that never entered my mind, but I'm really glad you answered it.
Yeah, now you know.
I'm good. Now I know.
Now you know.
Well,
I know.
you have to think they can't really clean themselves every day. So
Who? The homeless people or?
yes.
I thought you. Okay.
Probably
What are
pretty
we talking
gross.
I don't know.
Okay, yeah. So, but I had to clean those bathrooms, and obviously there's needles everywhere. So it's like that's usually your number
Yeah.
one thing you gotta dodge is needles.
Yeah.
But then number two is like number two.
Number 2.
So
Nice.
Well played.
it just happened to be there.
Brava, brava.
God gave me that joke.
As Jonah claps.
You
Yeah. Clipping it,
Oh my
everyone's
God.
ears
No
all
matter
the time.
where we are.
Oh my gosh.
It's the worst thing to hear.
The
Welcome
poor
to the
people
podcast.
listening
We need
to
to
this.
put like headphone warning at the
Yeah,
beginning.
we're about to all clap for no
It's just gonna
reason.
be me
Yeah,
I
laughing
put
into
that.
the mic.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's funny because when you laugh, you like lean forward and then lean back, so it's like
Yeah.
wow, wow.
All right.
So I went into the
That's
bathroom,
so true. Though.
and there was like, it was everywhere in one of the stalls. Like, so it was
Just like on the walls.
on the back wall. It was covered. What I think
Oh,
happened.
I was joking, but it actually was on the wall.
Did they
Yes,
paint
it's
a
liquid.
picture?
It's basically perfect liquid poop. But no, they didn't like paste it on there.
Took
It
like
was
a paint
all
roller
from
and
the original blast. But whatever happened on this original blast was, I think she must have been above the toilet seat and fired, and it went on the back wall. It went a little into the other stall. It went all over the ground. It went in between the toilet seat and like. You know, if you open up the toilet seat, so it's
Yeah.
all in there,
She really
and then
missed.
it's all on top of it. None of it really went in the bowl.
Oh
It was
my
so it was everywhere
God.
else and all over the wall, and it was like
She didn't even
the
try
worst
to
thing
clean
I've ever
it.
cleaned. No, it was the worst thing. Yeah, it was horrible. It was just like I pretty much erased the memory though, so I don't even remember cleaning it.
That's good.
It was that
Gross.
bad
Let's not take
because
that up.
my dad was like, "You don't have to do it,"
Yeah.
and I
We
was
have
just like,
people to do it for you.
"I'm just gonna do it." Yeah, because
Oh.
well, it was so much that it's like I had to use this stuff that turns it into a solid,
Yeah.
and then I had to like do a whole bunch of shit to get rid of it because I'm not just like it's so much. I can't explain. I have a picture.
Well, what do they
Please
eat?
don't show
Why?
it ever.
How does that happen? What food
I
do you have to
think
eat?
that
Is that
they
like
were-
a diet of only like
Probably just,
heroin,
like, salty
yes.
heroin and like
Yeah.
chips?
Heroin and salty.
Heroin
Just
and
like
saltines.
heroin.
You'd be
You
surprised.
just have that bowl of heroin and crunch it.
Because I clean up where they live, so
Yeah.
that we
They
throw
live in that
away.
shelter too, though.
Yeah, but like
Mm-hmm.
where they hide in the forest and they eat a lot of chips. They eat a lot of.
Anything
There's a
cheap.
lot of McDonald's.
The shelter they eat good.
Um,
That's the thing.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know what
no.
she was
I mean,
eating.
if you're not eating good,
Must have
it's
been-
not gonna
must have
be
been
good
pretty
when you
sick.
go to the washroom.
That's true.
No, yeah, she
Okay.
was definitely sick, but man, it was
Yeah.
didn't tell anybody or anything. I just went in there and that's what I saw, and it was horrible.
God.
Well,
But I had a sort of funnier one to end it.
That's
But not. It wasn't customer service. Just I'm done going into the office now. I work from home.
Mhm.
But when I used to go into the office, it was
I'm
just
sorry.
whenever it was someone's birthday, we would do like it would like group everyone's birthdays together, and and like it was just like The Office because we
Where
would
they do the
sing that we'd sing Happy Birthday for the three of them standing at the front, and they have a cake in front of them, and like we were just working, but for some reason now we're all standing in this lunchroom. It's just weird, right? I don't know. It was weird, and I'm like, I'm an adult now. This is what it's like to be at The Office, but it's just like we're here and we're like. Happy birthday, because we all start on different times. Nobody wants to be the person that starts singing, so we're like happy birthday, and there's three of them, so we can't say all of their names once it gets to happy birthday to you and Jenny.
Like they do it at
happy,
and they do at Castle Fun Park.
Yeah, The Office.
When they do at Castle Fun Park, there's those animatronics that sing. And when it gets to the name, they just go. Happy birthday! Like they literally mumble nothing.
Happy
Birthday to
Happy
birthday! Yeah, they
it's
do
like
that.
if you make enough noise.
They're all
in
playing
that
instruments.
time. Yeah. So I
One's
hate it.
eye doesn't open.
It's horrible, and I'm luckily
It's
not
like
gonna
Chuck
have to
E.
be there
Cheese.
when it's my
That's
birthday
good.
because I can't even. Okay, do you guys agree that it sucks when people are singing Happy Birthday for you?
Yeah, it's really
I
weird.
get
It's
uncomfortable.
really weird and
Yeah.
awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just stand there smiling at it.
I don't- You're
I
like,
can't
And you
sing
don't
along.
know.
I can't
You
sing
don't know whether
along.
to
I'm like,
sing.
Yeah, you can't sing, you can't clap. So
Happy
that's why
birthday
it's
in
weird.
French
just
is
like-
good, though. I mean.
On the fête, we all do that in elementary school, right? Did you have to do that in
I
elementary
did
school?
that in elementary school.
I didn't have to.
Blah, blah, blah.
You didn't?
No.
I've had the worst
Unfiltered
French
swine.
experience ever.
Do you guys have to sing?
Really?
I don't even know.
Do you guys have to
words.
sing? What is it? Here Comes the Queen.
No.
No.
Well, there's no song called Here
that?
Comes the Queen.
There is.
I think you're talking of.
Oh, what song is it then?
Are you talking
Save
about
the
God
Queen?
Save
God
the
Save the
Queen?
Queen.
Here
Did you guys have to sing that?
the Queen.
Here comes the Queen. Da, da, da. Here comes
Here
the
comes
Queen.
the Queen.
Okay, well, actually, on that note,
Did
does anyone
everybody
have
do a
any
topic?
closing remarks?
Closing
Well,
remarks?
too late.
Did Charlie not get to do
Charlie
a topic?
didn't have one though.
She did.
It's
She said
fine.
she had
Do you
one.
have one?
No.
She can do it.
No, I
You
do,
don't.
but it's okay. It's so long. We can
No,
skip
go
it.
do it.
How long
do
have
it,
you
do
been
it.
talking? I don't even know. Like an hour?
It's been an hour and 11 minutes.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Final topic.
Yeah, final
Um,
topic.
Final topic.
My topic was like, are there any conspiracies that you believe in?
Whoa, remember?
Okay.
I was gonna do
Prepare
it.
for
Down the
another
drain,
hour.
down the drain, down the drain.
Oh,
Part
yeah. Down the drain.
We're going down the drain. We're going so far underwater that you will not be able to hear anything.
Very deep.
You won't be able to hear anything. That's the intro. It has nothing to do with conspiracies. Nothing to do with water.
All right, down the drain.
Okay, Charlie, you start though.
Yeah.
Because you must have a good one then.
Oh, not really. I mean,
Oh.
I still think Michael Jackson's alive.
That's a good one.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
Michael Jackson's alive.
If you look
why?
at his funeral pictures, they're the
Okay.
same. The casket and everything
in
is
the
the exact same as this other guy's funeral. Like the flowers, everything, like it's the exact same photo, but just in black and white and with Michael Jackson laying in there. And then after the ambulance came and got him, it stopped at another building. And then, like, there's kind of, like, a picture of, like, the ambulance, like, stopped at this weird back door, and then someone gets out of the ambulance with, like, 4 guys around them, and they go into the building, and then the ambulance left. I'm like, that's so weird, that's so sketchy. And then
So
there's, like,
weird.
all of these, like, people saying, like, I, like, swear that I've seen Michael Jackson, and if you look at his actual, like, funeral, my arm just cracked, if you look at his actual funeral, you'll see, I'm just gonna crack
Just a little
there.
bit of cracking right
Body
now.
parts now.
Wait, let me get my knee.
ASMR.
Oh, I
Um,
do my ankle, but I'm wearing
If you
dress.
look at his funeral pictures, there's some like guy in the crowd who's like dressed up really, really weird, and that's something that Michael Jackson used to do a lot. Like he would dress up as like different characters, and like I totally like believe that like maybe he's dead now, but
He's with-
I think that he faked like his death
He's with
completely.
Tupac and.
What about Prince?
Yeah, but he definitely diddled those kids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
Maybe
why
that's
I think.
why.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Ah.
So
So
it's
hopefully he's
like
dead
he
now.
knew that he
So we
couldn't
can
get
do
out of
it
it.
in
Yes, he
peace.
was like
Nice.
buying.
So he
for
can
them
do
and
it. So he
everything.
can do
Well,
it
but he's
always
still
in
alive.
his
He knew
dungeon.
that it was gonna come.
Maybe, but that'd be a
eventually.
weird way to do it. I feel like
No
he
one
must
could
have-
ever find him if they all think he's dead.
Cut!
Yeah, just make sure you take that out.
That's gonna be in it though.
Because
Because
Okay,
No,
What's
no.
another conspiracy theory? What's another good one?
I have a good one.
Okay,
I have a good one. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Stop.
Have you guys know who Shane Dawson is? Obviously,
Yeah.
Yeah.
YouTuber. Have you guys seen his most recent video he did? And it
No.
was about how Chuck E. Cheese
Yes.
recycles
So gross.
Yeah,
their
it's not
pizza.
true. They
But-
proved it.
No,
No.
but
No
that
way.
video could have been faked.
It's obviously proven because the reason that they do that is just because it would be annoying. They cut the pizza normally, and then they bring the pizza, like they bring it out and put it on the heating lamp.
Slice is not aligned, Caleb.
So if you have like a circular pizza here,
Okay, but listen.
and then you cut it. Wait,
like,
I'll explain it. I promise.
The
If you have
What
it,
is
guys,
it?
let me finish.
I haven't seen the video.
pepperoni
Let me finish. I
doesn't-
promise I
doesn't
can explain
all
it.
fit together.
Okay, let's
I'll show
explain
you.
it to
Okay.
Jonah first.
Well,
And
okay.
to our
The
listeners.
But simply,
Our
yes,
bubble
the theory.
buddies.
I'll explain it. If you have a slice of, oh, you're saying the
Okay,
theory.
so the
Okay.
theory is that Chuck E. Cheese
Recycles
recycles their
its
pizza
pizza.
because the
How?
toppings never align.
Oh, so
Yeah, if you can explain
Okay.
it, go ahead.
So when you go to Chuck E. Cheese, say you order a large pizza and you only eat like 3 pieces, and then you leave the rest on the table.
Mhm.
They'll take that like the rest of the pizza to the back and they'll put it into a new pizza.
But I'll just
Okay,
prove it.
here I'll
show you.
explain it.
But
So-
no, wait.
What's that for?
Okay, this is the pizza pan right here.
Yeah.
So what they do at like
I work at a pizza place and I don't understand how it's
it works different at Chuck E.
possible.
Cheese
Chuck E.
How
Cheese
is
is
it
like
different?
because the way you get your pizza is different. Like you go up and you get only like the slice and then you go and sit down or whatever. But
yeah,
it's
but
not.
they can bring
it's
you full pizzas.
Yeah, but
They
the
can.
full pizzas are the ones that are all
Yeah, they
messed
like
up.
put cheese on it to make it look
it's
like
not
it's
the full
one whole
pizzas.
pizza.
But it's just like when they have the pans out and they bring them to the heating lamps. But people order just a couple. Yeah, heating lamps are still gross.
they're so gross.
It's only the
Yeah,
pizzas under the heating lamps. The pizzas they bring them are I think it's just people bullcrap.
I just don't know why people go to Chuck E. Cheese anymore.
Because they
I've
make
been
a full
there,
pizza.
like 3 times.
Because
So
you can
when
play video
never
games.
gonna-
But the ones,
Conspiracy.
the ones that they
Alright,
take
go
from
on.
the heat lamp and then they apparently they'll put it in
Terrible.
other people's pizza boxes and then give it to them. That still is
Yeah.
messed up, but it's not recycled pizza. It's not pizza that somebody already ate. It's just there's a whole thing here, and some people want only 3 slices, so they'll take the 3. Then when
Yeah,
they
but,
make
like,
a new
if you
piece,
order
when
a
they make a new one,
If you order 2 different pizzas, one half pepperoni and half cheese, and the other half pepperoni, half cheese,
yes,
it's all slices from different pizzas.
because they're gonna go take it from the heat lamp one and put it
First.
in the box. So it's
So
not recycled. It's
gross.
weird. It's weird that they would go and
They
not just
don't
give you a
get-
full
But
pizza
then
for
also,
some reason.
there's the thing about how everywhere in Chuck E. Cheese it says fresh pizza everywhere. Like it's
I've never been
Yeah.
inside.
they're trying to convince you that their pizza is fresh.
Pizza.
Pizza.
I like
There,
that.
pizza.
I'm with Beatrice. I totally believe
I
it.
can't.
Yeah. Well,
Then
they
again,
have-
I'm super gullible, and you could say anything to me, and I would believe it.
Gubble
Yeah.
lubble go.
As
They-
long as you can give me.
they would have
an
definitely been shut down by the government if that's what they were doing.
Was it the FDA?
The FDA, yeah. Because people like places get shut down by the FDA if like
Ooh, I found
if
a
there's
hair in my food.
yeah, exactly, and they're
Shut
done.
down.
So they're actually super anal about it. So there's no way that in a giant like
Yeah.
Chuck E. Cheese is huge. There's no way that they'd be able
Okay.
to do that at all of them.
Yeah, plus they're
Luckily.
going down the drain right now, so like they're
What about the
No, yeah, no one's
Down
going.
the
Do they still
drain.
have that one?
What about the moon
Where's the
landing?
closest Chuck E. Cheese to us? We have to go
there's
do
one
a
in
movie
Oh, I
Langley.
went.
there.
It was awful.
We have to
There's
go
one
do
in
a.
Bellingham,
We have to
I
go do
think.
it. No, there's one.
There's
Isn't
one in
there?
Langley.
Oh, didn't it close?
Bellingham
it's
is
still there.
closer than.
No.
We could go to Bellingham.
Bellingham's not closer
Let's
than
go to the
Langley.
one in
The one's not in
Seattle.
Langley anymore, so.
Let's go all the way to
Much further than
Seattle to go to
Bellingham.
Chuck E. Cheese specifically.
I'm just
I
gonna-
Where's
know,
the Chuck
I-
E. Cheese
and
in
then we go
Bellingham?
Then we could visit Lynn. She lives in Seattle.
Lynn.
Lynn.
Oh my gosh,
Take
we
her
can
to
take
Chuck E.
Lynn to Chuck E.
Cheese.
Cheese.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be a good video.
That would be,
That would be
good.
good.
We should do that.
No, there's one
Lynn,
in.
if you're
Start planning
listening,
that.
we're thinking.
There's still
about
one in
you.
Yeah.
Langley.
Always thinking of you, Lynn.
There's still one in
just say
Langley.
that.
Yeah, I said
Oh,
that.
yeah,
There's still one in Langley. 30
I-
minutes
I
away.
work
We gotta,
straight up.
why haven't we gone there?
Yeah,
yet?
I go to
Yeah,
a
let's
dinner
do it.
theater
Okay.
that's nearby.
So conspiracy
Dinner
theory.
theater.
Yeah.
That sounds
Can't
cool.
you see
Do you know how
what your
crazy
puppets are
the
doing to me?
What? Sorry?
Charlie like gets possessed with, like under the whole time she's been going.
Three.
I just want to kill all of the babies in all of the world.
Oh yeah, yeah. We,
Like the whole
we don't
time.
hear
we
it.
didn't,
She's
we
talking
didn't
to the
notice.
mic.
She's just talking into the
I
microphone
really did want to
quietly.
put them in a box in front of Michael Jackson.
I swear I didn't mean to.
I played it off like a joke. Now it's cut out.
Paul is dead is a weird conspiracy.
Which one?
That Paul McCartney died in the
Oh.
60s
Or
and was
the
replaced
Avril
by a
Lavigne
lookalike.
one?
With fall?
Paul.
The
That's what it
Avril
is.
No, because he got in a
Lavigne
car
one,
crash
yeah.
and everyone's like, Paul died.
And then
And-
it wasn't.
And they replaced him with fall.
Oh, but
what
also,
it is.
okay, so yeah, that's a conspiracy, but also that harkens back to another story where I was also at 1-800 Got Junk doing a job taking these 2 couches away.
Michael Jackson.
There's a whole thing, and there was like, they were watching like a 3-hour-long YouTube video of Paul is dead, explaining it all, like going through websites and like zooming in on things, like they like
The full conspiracy.
really like
Lots of like
really
red
was in
circles
depth, and I
arrows.
was interested in watching it, but like it was
He had a job to do.
So stupid. He's
Yeah.
not dead. He's just Paul McCartney. I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's just Paul McCartney.
I don't know why.
It'd be
people
really,
think-
really hard to find someone that looks exactly
just
like you and is
and
also just as
sounds
musically
exactly
talented.
and is
Yeah.
perfectly the same. That's
Yeah.
not a
Did you
thing.
hear about the Avril Lavigne one?
Yeah,
Where
that's a
she
famous
died
one.
and they replaced her with the exact same
Yeah.
like, carbon
Why is that a
copy.
thing?
I don't know. It's
I'm
just a fun
confused.
theory that people like to do, I guess, about celebrities.
What other conspiracies?
The one I sort of
Oh,
there's
okay.
oh sorry Charlie. The one too I always sort of think about. The hardest one is JFK.
Yeah.
The JFK
Yeah.
assassination.
The fact, like,
Assassination.
or the-
Assassination.
he got shot, though.
Because yeah, 9/11
Like,
is
it's
weird
on
too.
video.
But
Yeah.
for both
Video,
of them, it's
yeah.
like
There's a
But it's
video
also-
of him
Of
but
his,
the- but
you
what
shot.
the thing
literally
is-
see his head explode.
You know, but like
all over his
what
wife.
people don't
oh no, he's
understand is
definitely
that
dead.
He's very
No.
That's
dead.
not what
Very
I'm.
dead.
Oh, like the CIA.
No, it's who
planned it.
killed him. Yeah. So it's the who killed him one. It is true.
That's actually true.
It is really weird.
But it's so easy to make a conspiracy thinking about how it happened in a crazy situation like that. Like, the president got his head exploded
Yeah.
in a parade,
It is weird.
and the
There's some weird stuff about the JFK one because
Yeah.
there's kind of no reason
curved bullet. And
for anything. For yeah.
Have you heard
Curved
that?
bullet. What's that?
It's just like the shooter
The guy
was at a
somehow
weird
curved-
angle
yeah.
where they.
It couldn't have
I watched
exploded
the
that
whole
way if he
JFK
was up where they
documentary.
think he was.
Yeah.
So that's why they think there's 3 shooters or there was 3
There's like
people
a
there.
really good.
Because they cornered that one guy that had a rifle, but he didn't shoot anything. They just found him, and then
Yeah,
he
the
died
bullet
anyways.
didn't match.
Yeah,
There's the babushka
Different
lady.
bullet.
Or they
There's the
never
lady
found the
that's.
bush bullet.
There's this woman that's like in the video and the picture,
yeah.
and she's in like a bunch of pictures from that day. Like somehow.
The
she's,
grassy knoll. Have you heard of that?
Like, I don't remember.
Where there was a guy on a grassy knoll,
Oh.
and
Yeah.
that was like there was 3 of them. Which
Oh
is
yeah,
a
like
weird.
people
I don't
say.
know what a grass is.
3
So yeah,
shooters.
the JFK
I
thing
watched
is
it.
weird,
Also
and
on
also
Little Hill.
I used to think
Oh.
because the moon landing one's weird too, just
That
because
was
back
faked?
then they were pretty like terrible at most things,
Yeah.
and it's crazy that they were able to
There's no
get to the
air
moon.
on
I
the
love
moon.
But they
talking
did
about
get
like
to the moon.
flat
They had to,
earthers.
right?
Oh.
Flat earthers.
But
No
like,
one
why
will
would
know.
NASA,
No one
has
NASA
to just
be
be
lying
like,
to us,
this is
right?
wrong.
Yeah, they made it.
There's
They-
literally
Well,
Well,
there's
no,
no reason.
because even if they didn't, no one else has gone up there, right? Like, because there's no need to.
Let's
There's
build a
nothing
rocket.
there.
But
It's
they've-
just a
they've-
rock.
Yeah,
Like,
they've
there's
proven
nothing
it.
there.
They've showed us the flag up there. It's exactly the only people that can actually dispute it are flat earthers, where they say all the footage from space is faked.
Yeah, but then it
That's
boils down to
dumb.
Yeah, I
literally
know.
go
That's
to
so
when the
dumb.
first footage from space is. It was a race between the communist regime
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
They sent up
USA.
Sputnik.
And if they found separate things, why would they agree on the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they hated each other and were almost at nuclear
Yeah,
war.
they both.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's
That
so
doesn't make
funny
sense
is
to me.
that they sent up the first satellite in the world, which is just a metal thing that blinked,
Mhm.
and the U.S. was like, "Holy crap!"
Holy crap! And then they
We
just
gotta
go-
get up
We
there.
gotta go and
Dude,
just
they
shot
got
some
satellites. They're gonna
dude to
hear
the
us,
moon.
but it was
Yeah.
just like, boop, boop. It's still up there.
Yeah, just chill.
Didn't a dog
Doesn't
go
do
to the
anything.
moon?
Yeah, Russians sent a dog up to the moon and it chilled up there and then died.
Didn't
What's
there
the
monkeys?
dog's
The
name
monkey
again?
too, and then it died too.
Yeah.
They
Well,
couldn't-
Stupid.
They
That's
just
the
they
best
just
they
shot
could
them
do
up and
back
like
then.
they made it.
well,
We're
because
not
they didn't
bringing
want
it
to send
back.
humans
That's
up
too
there.
much money.
Yeah,
It's
well,
a
you
terrible
can't- he's
thing
on
to
a big
do.
rope.
Yeah, he's on a
All right, pull him back down. It's a huge rope.
But you know how
how
like when
long
you
would
go
a rope
to
have to
space,
be?
all
So
your
long,
muscles
man.
basically like deteriorate. Because,
Well, yeah, that's why they have to
you're
work
not
out on the
using-
internet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why they have to work-
Have you
so,
watched
like, the
Wall-E?
dogs, yeah, so like the dogs, like, you know,
The dog is
you
literally
know,
just
they're
around the
they're
wall.
not gonna exercise and be like, yeah, this dog.
No.
No.
The dog suffocated
Yeah.
because they didn't put
Yeah.
enough
Well,
oxygen.
no,
up
Yeah,
there.
they died
also-
quickly, luckily.
I mean, they sent a dog up in the
Also-
60s. Did they? They're gonna spend $6 million to make sure the dog's safe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just not a
No.
good
I
idea.
wish,
Yeah.
I wish as well, but that's.
I wish
It's
as well,
generally
but they
not a
didn't.
good idea to send an animal where you throw a towel on its head, it thinks it's dead.
Yeah.
That's
That's
true.
not a good thing to send up into space.
But all they had to test was.
They should
All
bring
they
a
had
living
was this
thing
little robotic
could
arm
die-
that
would
somebody
die,
alive
yeah.
with.
They
Yeah.
should bring a
Yeah.
fish to space.
I feel like
Well,
it's been done.
that's not
Well,
true.
that is
Fishes-
cool.
Yeah,
That
they
would
should
be-
Oh, but
because
would it instantly
fish
die?
don't need oxygen.
Oh my gosh! And then they just put it in a spacesuit full of water, so it swims up to the visor.
No,
That'd
because
be
it poop
adorable.
and eat. It doesn't have anything
I
to
like
eat.
that.
That's fine. It'd be cool for about 20
How
minutes.
would a fish in space work?
No,
wait, no,
because
it
the
was
water would
frozen.
freeze.
Yeah.
The water would freeze.
Oh,
It's so cold.
Jonah just realized.
No,
wait,
no,
Hot
but in the
water.
space station.
The water just has to be hot.
That just boils the fish alive.
But it's so cold. Yeah, the fish is just like.
We just shoot it into the
No, because
sun.
the cold and the hotness will.
Just bring like a
No,
hundred.
you could put a
goldfish
fish in the
with you.
space
Yeah.
station, but why?
Yeah.
Why
There's no
not?
reason to have a fish.
They're
up
like,
there.
all right, time to feed him. They open up the lid, start
And
shaking.
it
Ah,
also-
there he goes.
It also,
The water
it
coming
also,
yeah, exactly. You're just floating in this little
It's
bubble
just
of
like-
water.
Also, in the space station, they have to like worry about like crumbs and stuff. Imagine
Sure.
if that water
Yeah, I know.
exploded. And
That's why it's the smartest people.
it gets into like
Because,
some
like,
system, they all
Kills
die.
Chris
Yeah.
Hadfield's gone.
Yeah.
It's
Chris
like
This much
Hadfield's
of a
gone.
mistake in space kills you,
Yeah.
so it has to be the smartest people. Because Jonah spills in space, and
dolphin.
all of us die somehow.
Dolphin's really
Yeah.
smart.
Well, that's why. That's
dolphin.
why.
Like a dolphin.
They don't use.
whole
They
ass
don't use
dolphin?
no,
Really
didn't,
escalated.
didn't something happen
Well, you
like
could do a baby
the Russians
one.
put like pencils
Then
up
it
there
grows up.
and like the
Same
graphite like
size.
I don't know.
What
It was a big
happened to
deal.
the
That's why they had to
graphite?
figure out how pens could work.
In
They had
space.
like that super space pen where it's like it works underwater.
Oh,
or
yeah,
it works
because
upside down.
yeah, I have
because
seen that,
pencils aren't
actually.
allowed up there.
Because pencils
It's
aren't allowed
like-
because the
That's crazy.
graphite
Yeah,
chunks
it'll
off.
look
And
way
to erase
weird.
it, it's like the eraser.
Yeah.
How much
shavings.
time are we at now?
I don't know.
Oh, we're at an hour.
We're just
and
Oh yeah,
going.
we
twenty.
should. We
It's
should.
never
Full
matter.
send.
It
Doesn't
doesn't
matter.
matter.
We're
'cause
cutting
again,
out a
we're
whole bunch
not
anyways.
Is there any
monetizing
other
it
good
for-
conspiracies?
Yeah, it's really just a good
Because
conversation.
all I can think of are like urban legends.
I
That's all
think
I can
YouTube
think of.
tried
Urban
to,
legends, we have to do an urban legend.
brainwash me once.
YouTube
Oh,
trying to brain
our
me.
phones are 100% listening to us.
Oh,
Caleb, we have
I-
that story,
that's
Caleb.
proved.
Okay,
That's proved.
okay.
We
Yeah.
a personal one.
It's
Jonah and I
Personal
were
one,
talking
me
about vocoders.
Vocoders.
Which is a weird thing that there's
A
no
weird
reason would
musical
just
thing.
randomly
No
come
more.
up. Yeah, Jonah's like the sidekick to the bully.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
when I was making
Well,
scrunchies?
Charlie.
You're that
Oh.
guy in Back to the Future
I
that
made
has the
scrunchies
3D
for a whole
glasses on the
week, and I
entire
was
time.
talking about them all week, and
Scrunchies.
then on my phone was a bunch of ads for scrunchies.
Yeah, it 100% is
So
happening.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what we were doing because Jonah and I were trying to find a vocoder on his computer. So there's absolutely no reason that I'd look on my phone because we were looking at on his computer.
And we're
So we were talking about it. I never looked it up.
I literally.
So creepy.
and
Sat-
Instagram was like, hey.
Yeah, it's Instagram.
It was Instagram gave me a vocoder ad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I opened up Facebook after talking about, hey, I bought these harmonicas. I'd like to
Oh.
learn how to play harmonica.
Yeah.
I open up Facebook and there's 3 ads saying harmonica lessons.
It's so
I'm
Well,
like,
Yeah.
wasn't
what
that
the fuck?
wasn't that what that lawsuit was
It
all
terrifying.
That-
No, that was selling
That was
people's
just
information
selling
to
the
third
information.
parties.
Yeah. But it's like
It sold personal information to
I
like, a ton of ads.
do
companies.
not. It's so.
Do you think it's gonna be
crazy.
an issue eventually?
Yeah,
I think
mean,
someone's gonna be have a
Don't talk
problem
about.
It's a-
don't
it's
set
a
up a ton of
gray
mics
area.
and talk about.
with it. Is it
Right now-
illegal technically?
Right
Luring
now it's
Michael
like-
Jackson
well,
with
Because
kids,
it's not listening
and
for
you'll be
us to
fine.
say anything illegal. It's listening for ads,
It's a gray
basically,
area.
right? So it's
Yeah.
not technically
No,
doing
but it's a
anything.
whole thing. Like now, like there's police.
Honestly,
police
honestly-
actually have drones, and like they go around and they look
Yeah.
in people's backyards.
Oh.
We're just trying to target what's like good.
I hope they
Exactly.
don't look in my backyard.
No, honestly, 1984.
Charlie's backyard
like,
has-
it's actually kind of happening. And it's,
My
Yeah.
it's
A
kind of
lot.
I don't.
Well, like at the
I
same
don't
time,
mind
what
in
can I do
some
about it? So I don't
ways.
care.
Like yeah, I don't care because I hate how people get mad about that the government would be looking at our search history. That's fine,
Who
right?
cares?
Yeah,
Sweet.
because
They can
what are
look
you
up how
looking
many-
There's
at?
so many search histories. Are they
Yeah.
really gonna look at your?
I know because
specific
they don't
history?
care if you're looking at porn.
And they probably
They
see
just
some
don't want you
weird
to be
shit, so, like-
buying drugs or selling drugs
Being
or
on the
buying
black
weapons or
market.
selling
Or
weapons or
spying
looking
kids
at
or
child
selling
porn.
kids or
Exactly.
body parts or
So-
Body parts,
And
yeah.
I don't think anybody needs to do
Dog
any of those
parts.
things.
Yeah, they can go through my search history and they can find some good memes and then look up
Yeah,
how
like-
many times I've looked up swears in Swedish.
Yeah.
And Google Translate. Like,
Like, what do you want?
Swedish
I'm not
swears.
afraid.
Swedish swears.
Swedish
Swedish
fish.
fish.
So I feel like it's weird when
Swedish
people are afraid of the government looking at internet search history
Yeah.
because who cares, right?
But also, it's
Jävla helvete.
it's technically private. Charlie,
I
3 times.
4
Why do you
times.
keep touching
What
it?
did you
Just
do?
leave it there.
That's
It's
Did you
my
need the
phone.
mic?
Her
She keeps
phone.
grabbing the charger part of the phone, and then the phone falls off, and the charger unplugs, and the phone tumbles down.
but the phone
Oh
thing's
my
weird
gosh.
because whenever I bring it up, everybody's like, "Yeah, that's happened to me too,"
Yeah,
and
'cause
we're
it's-
all
it's just a
agreeing on
thing.
it, but nobody
Yeah.
knows what to do about it. It's so weird.
It's so weird. I don't know. And then there's whole like location tracking thing.
Yeah.
And my history teacher actually had this really good thing when Pokemon Go first came out. And
Oh,
like
yeah.
we all enjoy a good Pokemon Go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we started
Yeah.
playing
I
Pokemon
had
Go
it
again.
for like.
No, we've been playing it again
Yeah, we
recently.
started
I'm-
playing
I
it.
went
It's
from
good.
level 0 to level 20 in
My
2
friend
weeks.
caught a Pikachu
Emily
today.
has been going ham
I
on
know.
Pokemon.
I know.
It's crazy.
Jeez.
But-
Cole hasn't
Anyway.
even played.
Yeah, I know.
He's been playing with me a little.
He's
No, he
so was
hasn't
talking
caught anything in
about
2
how,
days.
like there's a organization, a private company in another country that is set up.
Russia.
No, Japan.
North
That is now
Korea.
set up so then like, and this isn't conspiracy, he's just like laying it out as it exactly is, has set up so then you can literally walk around with your camera looking at street view and they know your location, so you can literally just build maps of where people go.
Oh wow.
That's weird.
And they have all that information in their databases because it's like, oh, you've been here before.
Really?
Oh, look, you visited this Pokestop a second
Yeah.
time. Oh, look, here's like my house. I know that they know where I live because whenever I log on, there's no Pokemon around. But as soon as I leave my house, then there's
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Yeah. That,
Like they have all that information stored in servers,
yeah.
which is crazy. And that's just one app. Like, think about every single app that tracks
Yeah, you can hack
location and
Pokemon
service
Go.
and
even
bounces off
maps,
your data.
Even the Maps app, it says home. Like,
Exactly.
But I
Yeah.
never said it. It says home, and it knows
Because
since,
you're there all the
since
time.
I come. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
And that's where you go.
But I think it's cool.
Yeah,
Some
exactly.
people complain
I
about that,
use
but
it.
it's
that's
useful.
that's
I
where you are when you
implement it.
leave.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you think in the back of your mind, like, oh, I wonder what would happen if somebody got a hold of all that.
Yeah.
Interesting. But,
But
like, what you gonna do?
Is
You
there
can't-
anybody that's trying to find
No.
out where we live? I don't think
No.
so.
And even if
It's
they
just
did,
interesting.
what would they do?
Yeah, it's just cool to think
Yeah,
about.
I know. Because if someone's trying to kill me, they're gonna just kill me.
I'd be dead by
They
now.
already
true.
know me.
That's
yeah,
true.
exactly.
Literally, just
Dead
wait
by
till I have a
now, yeah.
shower, jump in with machete. I'm
It's
done.
different. Like we're not all. It'd be different if we were like internet personalities and there was like stalkers who would
Oh, yeah.
try and find
Oh,
us.
just wait until like episode 194 of
yeah,
Circle
yeah.
when we're having a
When we're all famous.
we're all famous.
Did you guys know
This
how
was
many
number one.
murders happen in like? How many missing people are in BC alone?
Did you hear about the Australian guys and
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
girl, the husband, wife?
Bubba Diggin.
Fiance,
No, I
or
think
whatever?
I'm
they were
confused
sa-
Bubba
I
Dick.
didn't think they were
There's
married.
serial killers on the loose, basically.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, no, there's a guy from
Teenagers.
Texas that came here too that is
Jake.
wanted for murder.
They like kill people and then burn their cars.
Oh, I think
No,
they
but
are.
there's
God,
a-
if it's
They're
Jake.
engaged, yeah.
Oh no, we can't say that on the podcast.
No, I know. And it's Jake.
It's Jake. You're
It's
right.
Jake.
It's Jake.
And those two guys that ran away.
But it was someone from Texas. They don't know who.
No, these are
Remember
just
their
murderers
parents?
active in
Remember
Canada right now.
Yeah, and it's someone who came
what's going
from
on with
Texas.
Canada?
Is that what
Someone
they
came
know?
from Texas. They murdered someone in Texas and they ran away.
Came to
And
Canada
killed
Here.
someone here.
and murdered
No,
someone
they.
else here.
Well, we don't know where they are.
It's
They just
Jake.
crossed the border. We know they crossed the border and they're here.
Well, that's some pretty convenient timing, isn't it?
I know.
Mr. Banbury.
Interesting, Mr.
Jake just offed
Now
somebody.
they know his
No, but there's a whole highway
Oh,
in BC where like 40 women have gone just missing,
no. Yeah.
and we
Oh,
haven't found
yeah.
them
On the highway.
It's
Since the
it's
60s.
usually- It's
Since the
usually
60s.
indigenous women.
Yeah.
because they all.
Stop getting in people's cars.
Oh yeah, the red dress.
Yeah, they
movement,
all
right?
hitchhike,
What's
but
that?
still, it's
they hang
it
like
might-
with
there's,
the
like-
red dress. It's like a protest.
It's probably
like,
it's
yeah,
probably
yeah, yeah.
prostitutes
Yeah, that
and
thing.
hitchhikers.
yes, but like
Remember
still,
Robert
they're
Pickton?
murdering them.
You guys remember him?
Ted Bundy.
He was just offing prostitutes.
Ted Bundy, yeah,
Oh.
It wasn't,
because
it
he
wasn't
just went to.
prostitutes. Like my
went to
dad's,
Vancouver.
my dad's best friend,
Yeah.
his mom was murdered by him,
Jeez.
and like
Oh
she,
my
was
God.
just, she was just walking home from work. one
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah, because he
and-
was.
Well, was it in a,
like
like a bad area?
Huh?
Was it in a bad area?
Like I guess
It
it
was
was
in
it was on
Penticton.
another
Dude,
residential.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter where
Why do
you
we
were.
live here?
It wasn't that bad of an area.
This
no,
is terrible.
We live. The murder rate's not that bad here. It's
That's
pretty
true.
good.
That's true.
It's very good actually.
The only reason it's so crazy is because we have so much forest area.
That's fair.
And so
and,
much
and when
land
we
that-
hear about
Yeah.
it here, we're more afraid.
Is
'Cause I'm
That's
pretty sure
true.
if you go to Chicago and tell that story, they're like, "Oh, Jim did that."
Yeah, I haven't seen him for a week.
Yeah, I haven't seen him for exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
should
watched
call
him do that actually. Like,
But it-
yeah.
She.
But
You
at
know what I
least-
mean? That's,
Yeah, that's
At least
what
now,
Chance
at least
talks
now it's
about.
getting harder.
Yeah,
to
it
do.
scared me though, because like I had to do this whole project for my last final year in social justice about human trafficking in the Lower Mainland, and
Yeah,
I was
it's
like,
crazy.
what?
Oh yeah.
There's a
Dude,
whole
children
road. There's people
trafficking,
selling
there's a whole
kids
ring.
here.
Yeah, there's a whole street in Vancouver
Uh-huh.
known as Kitty's Walk, and if you
Uh-huh.
go there, that's where underage prostitutes are.
Yeah,
That's
it's-
where you go.
Ooh.
That's where you go. It's a part of East Hastings
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
or West
normal.
Hastings.
It's
I
like
don't know.
Terrible.
people think that the
You literally
that,
go
like,
there.
the
Police
selling
know
of
about
kids
it.
is-
Everyone know about it, but like nobody
I've
stops
literally
it.
never heard of this.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, everyone knows about it. It's like there's like a big celebrity one too.
but
Yeah.
not everyone knows about it. Like not the normal like
Not normal people, but
Not
like,
normal people, but like it's well enough known
know
that I'm
about it.
worried that it's still there.
people know
but
about
it's
it.
it's so
Mhm.
hard.
That means the police know about it though.
Yeah, there's no, but here's the problem:
They're
is
trying
that
to
there's
find
a
the
new
top.
there's a new law that came out. If I'm totally wrong, the internet can get mad at me. But there's a new law that came out that was supposed to shift all the blame of prostitution off of the prostitutes onto the people who buy them.
Oh yeah, I
'Cause right
heard
now,
about this
it's
law.
illegal to be a prostitute, but it's not illegal to buy a prostitute.
Not anymore.
So they swapped it.
I think
heard
it's
about
But
already,
here's the problem: is that Vancouver's run by municipal police, municipality
some-
police.
Yeah.
force.
the worst thing to have at a
They
podcast.
can choose whether or not to enforce that,
yeah.
and they have chosen not to. So everywhere except for Vancouver forces that law.
yeah.
So in Vancouver, it's still the opposite. It's illegal. Hello.
Nice.
It's illegal to be a prostitute, but not illegal to
I'm gonna
buy
go
it
wash
in
it.
Vancouver. Has that changed since I did my project a year ago? I
Maybe.
hope so.
I think it did. I think right now in
I hope
British
so.
Columbia, it's legal to buy and sell. It's legal for both. But the issue with that, like the underage stuff and the trafficking too,
Yeah.
is like for all ages they're being sold and bought, which is crazy. I don't even understand buying somebody, but it doesn't
No,
make
it's
sense
just messed up.
because their brains though, those people are
Yeah.
they're already like slaves in their mind too, so that it's really hard for them to get out of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like for the kids, like the underage people that are in that, it's like easier for the cops to stop it. But the ones that are like if they're over 18,
Yeah.
it's like even though they're still definitely slaves, like
What can you do?
they can't because they're choosing to stay. at this point because they've been brainwashed and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's like how like there was this big.
Do you have like Jackbox after this?
Yeah,
We're just talking about a very dark thing to end the
I'm trying to bring it up
podcast off
for a really long time.
Yeah, because there's like there was a guy, I don't remember where this was, I think it was in the States somewhere, but there was a pimp that was on trial for like selling women for like, I don't know, tons of abuse and stuff like that, and for like 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
And 3 prostitutes came to, or 3 or 4 of his like main prostitutes came to testify, and testified that he was innocent to get him out.
Well, yeah, because
they were so scared.
Well, what's that disease?
Yeah, they were like,
what's
is
that
he a bad
disease
person?
where, like,
No, he takes care
yeah,
of them.
It's called Stockholm.
That's terrible.
Yeah, because just if you spend enough time with somebody, no matter how
You will
bad
like
they
them
are,
eventually.
you might.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
You still rely on them, so like that's a whole. It's so
Yeah.
crazy.
So
And if
bad.
you're told enough that you're nothing and you're
Yeah.
So that's one thing
Or
that's
the-
stopping the cops, and then the other thing
Yeah.
is that like they don't want to just go and arrest those guys because those are probably just 3 idiots that were told to like do this, but somewhere out there there's some super rich guy who's like running all of this, and that's who they're trying to catch, like the
It's
guy
so
that.
I don't know.
But if they catch these 3 guys, then they're gonna tell this guy to run away.
Exactly.
So they can't get those.
And then
guys.
there's like of other conspiracies. There's like the Mothman,
Who's
which
the-
is
who's the
crazy.
Mothman? Like the mosquito woman?
What? No.
Like the indigenous
butterfly
story.
monk?
The indigenous
No.
story about the mosquito woman.
Oh, that's
No.
cool.
What's
That
that?
also sounds interesting. But
I'll
the
tell that
Mothman,
after.
the Mothman, I think it was Chicago. I don't know. But like literally, there was this guy. They'd see like this people like reported this
Chupacabra?
figure that they saw that had like red eyes
I think
and
it's
big
Philadelphia,
wings.
actually.
Maybe Philadelphia. I don't know. One of those states, like somewhere.
Yeah.
Chicago's a state, right?
No,
Anyways,
that's a town.
I know.
Or a city.
It's
I just
not
realized
a
that's
continent.
it's not a continent. There you go.
Illinois is
Beatrice-
the state.
Illinois. There we go.
Chicago, Illinois.
So, and he would like fly around the woods, and people would like. There were multiple reports of seeing this guy, and the last time they saw him was when the biggest bridge in that county collapsed.
The Mothman.
It literally collapsed, and then some figures reported seeing some guy flying away from the bridge after it collapsed, and they never saw him again.
Wasn't that a long time
It was
ago? Or
like
was it
like 1980s.
Yeah.
Last time we saw him.
That's
weird?
very
you heard of
different
suicide
than
It's
what I
Bridge?
was
so
talking
weird.
about.
I know.
Suicide
You said
Bridge.
it's like
Have
an
you heard of-
Aboriginal
Mine was
story.
mine was a
Suicide
creation
Bridge.
story.
Mosquito.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
those are cool.
Like
I like
when they
the-
created the crow.
Yeah, the crow.
Yeah.
one,
He's like a
classic.
weird baby. I
There's
watched
a
I watched a
raven.
video
How's
on
the
World
raven still
tortoise?
the
Oh, the
son?
raven, yeah.
Yeah.
No, not that one. It's
There's a crow one
the crow
too.
one where he's like a
Oh, how do you steal the
deformed.
box?
I don't know. I watched like
And
a.
then like release
I
the
had
Yeah,
to
they
watch
showed
an
us a lot of
Aboriginal.
those
I had to watch an Aboriginal, but it was like an animation, and it
Yeah.
was like.
Was it like really weird animation?
Yeah,
I think I watched
Or
the
how
same
did
one.
it
It was a
almost
crow.
turtle
scary. Like yeah, he was
came and,
crow, and it was
created
like it was
land?
a black baby that came out, and he had a beak.
And you stopped
like,
watching after 5
yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I remember those.
Or the
'cause it
scar
was
girl one.
crazy.
That one's good.
Okay, we
No,
finally made it to the end of the podcast.
All right. Anyone have any
Wow,
closing
That's
remarks?
crazy.
We found it.
Closing
Thank you.
remarks.
Thank
Jack
you for
Box.
having
Thank you,
us.
Jackbox,
Yeah, thanks for
for
coming.
Always.
For
subscribing.
sponsoring us.
As we're talking here, the
The
Exactly.
audio
Yeah.
will go.